Hello, 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 guys. Welcome to Puppy Academy. It's been a while since we've been in the classroom for a bit, right? It's been a while since we've been in the classroom. We've been going on a lot of adventures lately, right? We were in 3D that one time. We were in that fun little Christmas scenario. But you know, even though I'm on winter break right now, I was missing the classroom a little bit. So I said, you know what? Let me go set up in my classroom and we can have a fun little classroom stream. Yeah? Welcome to Puppy Academy, Weaver. Hey, you had a power outage? Oh no, I'm sorry. That was never fun. Unless you're me when I was a kid. I used to love power outages because power outages would be when like the family would like everyone would like go sit in one room with like flashlights and candles and stuff, and it would be so fun because we would play board games, we'd play instruments, we'd do everything together. So I actually really used to like power outages, but now I'm an adult. So power outages aren't as fun anymore. Now I'm just like, oh man, I need the microwave and I need the fridge to be on. But hey, Dad Shot, and hey, Ranger, over on YouTube's friends. And on Twitch, hello, Panda, hi, Pyra, hi, Frost, Alex, hi, Coda, hi, Aether, hi, Shadow, hi, Nightset, hi, Jerry. There's a lot of you guys today. Hi, Cyan, hey, Cafe, hi, Paige. Hey, John. Hey, the... Is that everybody? Oh, it's just two Johns. Hey, John Wick. Hi, I am because. Hi, Ace. Hi, Rise Army. Hi, Paige. Is that everyone? Has everyone been helloed? Hi, ISO. Hi, ISO. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night skies are like shooting stars? Yeah, we can do that. I love power outages because I have flashlights that'll catch fire if left on too long. Oh, the more fire the better, am I right? Don't ask me anything about square roots or cube roots. I'm very bad at math. Hey, it's okay. I teach kindergarten math. Kindergarten math is like, this is a circle, this is a square. If I have 2 apples and I gave you 1 more, how many apples do you have? That's kindergarten math. I'm bad at math too, but I don't have to teach. I don't have to teach anything. I just walk in there and I'm like, guys, this circle does not go in the square hole. That's it. That's all I gotta do. that is everything for math. I'm wearing my new t-shirt that has Patrick Star on it. It says, nope, not today. Hey, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cute, actually. I wish I had a shirt that had Patrick Star on it. I don't have any cool shirts. Actually, I do have a Kirby shirt. It's literally just Kirby's face. That's all. Hey, Speed, welcome to Puppy Academy. I'm good in math, but bad at English. Growing up, I was good in depends on the math. Okay, I was good in middle school math. But once I got to high school math, I was like, oh, I don't know what's going on. That's how I was. I was really good at writing until I joined the IB program and I was in IB writing. Then suddenly I wasn't good anymore. So I had a bunch of shirts with fruits basket stuff. The anime shaped up me a lot growing up. Oh, I didn't watch that one, but I'm aware it exists. Everyone was telling me to watch it. You gotta watch this, you gotta watch this, you gotta watch this. Even I speak English and from there and I'm still bad. Yeah, it's hard out here. It's hard out here. Hey guys, so today I figured, right? I figured we'd get to know each other better. Because I'm always yapping and telling stories. Oh, you want me to just pigtail? I got you. I'm always yapping and telling stories. But I feel like, how much do y'all really know about me? How much do y'all, at the end of the day, what do you know about me? You know I'm like in my mid-20s. You know that I'm like average height, of course. I'm not short, I'm not tall. Don't you call me short. You know that I'm a teacher and that I can count to 5. Yes, I can count to 5. My students can't, and that's okay. You know, when do I get a ball redeem? You know, I could make a ball redeem at any time. I should really make one. I don't know how I look bald though. You know, I've never been bald. Hey, Kevin. Oh, I'm getting married. Yes, we do know I'm getting married. I am getting married. Welcome to Puppy Academy, friend. I am getting married. I'm not a fox. One of my guys, I'm a dog. What kind of dog? This is a test for you guys right now. What kind of dog am I? I'm not just a dog. All right, I'm a specific kind of dog. What kind of dog am I? There you go. Yeah, I'm a husky. Okay, I'm a husky dog. And that's basically it. Y'all know I have a brother because one of my brothers hangs around a lot. But did you know I actually have 4 brothers? Did you know I have 4 brothers and a sister? Did you know that? Did you know that? I don't know any of this information. That's okay. Because you're new. And that's what today is about. It's for my old people to get to know me and my new people to get to know me. Well, no, yeah, I have 4 brothers and a sister. And I usually only talk about 1 brother. You might hear me talk about 2 sometimes. But, you know. Also, Pyra, you're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. You know that? Trying to understand what you're saying, but my lack of English skills ain't working. Oh, that's okay. You want me to... I talk fast. I can talk slower. I was not made aware of your sister, actually, and I've been here for 4 years. Exactly. There's just some things that I just don't have a reason to talk about, so I don't talk about it. I got 4 brothers. I have a sister. I have 0 living grandparents. I don't. That, yeah. That's my immediate family tree. I'm black. I do be African American. A lot of people come to my streams thinking I'm Hispanic because of the... I don't know. I'm actually not sure. I think it's because of the type of stories I'm told through my TikToks and stuff. But people on my TikToks are usually under the impression I'm Hispanic. I get that question a lot. Are you Hispanic? Are you Hispanic? No. I'm African American. I am black. I am brown skinned. I'm kind of... I mean, my skin tone is the same as my models. So, I mean, I am brown skinned. Yes, I am black. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, for those who didn't know, I am black. Ooh. And you have Kotaro. Yeah. I'm gonna marry Kotaro. Gonna get married. How is your Christmas? My Christmas was okay. It was okay. That's what I'll say about my Christmas. Also, your lisp is unfortunately popular with the Hispanic accent. What does that mean? What does that mean? What, are you saying I sound Hispanic? What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, I'm still a little bit sick. I get sick all the time, right? So I found this document. It's called A List of Interesting Questions for People to Get to Know Their Friends, Families, Lovers, Coworkers, and Nemesis and selves better. All right, it is a document with, let me scroll to the bottom, 308 questions on Get to Know Me, the 308 Get to Know questions. So I figured, let's just go through, not all of them. I'm not gonna go through 308 questions. What are y'all, crazy? I'm gonna go through some of the questions until I feel like stopping. And maybe this could be an ongoing series, all right? The Let's Get to Know Each Other series. This is stream number 1. We gotta get through 308 questions. We gotta get through it. Think, how else would you word it other than you sound Hispanic? Honestly, I think that's the impression I got from my first video. Really? Yeah, people ask me about Hispanic all the time, so I guess, I mean, something has to make people think that way, and I'm a Vtuber, so you only really hear my voice, so thanks for the bitty bits, friend! So it's gotta be like my voice or the way I talk, or and the type of stories I tell, but no, I'm black. I'm black, okay? Maybe one day I'll add a black hairstyle to my model, if I can find an artist that can do that at least. And that's a little difficult for some artists to do. But all right, y'all ready? Y'all ready for us to begin this 308 question document? Just don't be sick. Oh, thank you. I'll try to get rid of the mucus that's like in my throat right now, because I'm better, but I'm still recovering. All right. The first question on this list, y'all. What is the smallest thing for which you are grateful for? That is the question number one. What is the smallest thing that you are grateful for? And that is an easy question, right? Because I'm grateful for a lot of things. But I guess the smallest thing that I would be grateful for... Oh, you're so sweet, John. I'm grateful that I am happy. That's it. I mean, I'm grateful that I'm happy. Like that's what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that I wake up and like I'm happy to be here and I want to be here. Like I want to wake up and I want to do things and I want to stream. I want to, eat out and I want to hang out with Kotaru. Like I'm grateful for that because there was a time where I was like super depressed in high school and stuff and I hated being awake and I didn't want to be here anymore and I didn't want this and this and that. So I really am just grateful for like being alive, being here and being happy. Not everyone can be happy. Not everyone is happy. Not everyone is happy. Some people are really sad or struggling or going through some stuff. So I guess I can say I'm grateful that I'm grateful to be happy. My goal in life is to be happy, by the way. I don't have any like major goals. Some people was like, oh, my goal is to do this and do that and to do this and do that. My goal is to be happy. Now, if you want like specific goals, I guess my goal would to be like become a popular like Vtuber. But like, I'm kind of happy with how my channel is right now, Like I can go live and I know there'll be people here to watch me. Now, we're still working on my YouTubes, all right? There are people that starting to watch me on YouTube, so now I'm also grateful for that too. But I know I can go live and that there will be people to watch, and that's pretty good too. Hey, Jello! I have a driver's license. I have a driver's license. I'm an adult. I drive to work every day. I'm a kindergarten teacher. What, you think I walk to work? I walk to my job where I stand and chase kids around all day to make sure they don't run away. And then I walk back home. That sounds terrible. I'm also grateful for nice weather today. Ooh, yeah. You change your mind? You're grateful for friends. Yeah. I have a UK driver's license, so you drive on the wrong side of the road? Boo! Boo! I just don't have a car. Oh. Hey, Wave! Alright, number 2. Who has had the most positive impact on your life, right? Who has had the most positive impact on your life? That is the second question on this list, right? I would say the person who's had the most impact on my life would be my dad. If I had to pick one person. Like, yeah, me and Kotaru are getting married and he's definitely had a big impact. But like, he hasn't been here my whole life, you know what I mean? He's only been here for a few years. If I think of my life, I think of like my dad, right? My dad, I talk really highly of my dad. I like my dad a lot. He is like the bestest person ever. And I would love to be... I want my kid in the future, if I have a kid, I want them to view me the same way that I view my dad. Like, if I could achieve that, I feel like that means that I was successful with my child, because I look up to my dad so much. I love him a lot. He's like the best person ever. I cried for months after he left and he moved out to go live in his other house. For literally like a solid month, I cried every night. Just like, oh, my dad is not living with me anymore. And then after that first month, it was like, I would cry like once a week. And then it went to crying like once every now and then. I still cry over it. I've been living on my own with Kotaru for like 6 months. And it's been more than 6 months actually. Yeah, it's about 7 months. And I still cry about it to this day. Like, if my child can view me the same way I view my dad, I'd feel like I'd be the richest person ever, you know? So I hope my dad knows just how rich he is with how I be talking about him. How I be talking about him, you know? Number 3. If you could use a time machine, would you rather have one that only goes back in time or only goes forward? If you had a time machine, would you rather have one that only goes back in time or one that only goes forward? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Yeah, I was about to say, going back in time, I'm not sure I would want to do that because it only goes back in time. Wait, think about that, guys. It only goes back in time, right? So if it goes back in time, you can't bring it back to the future, so you just have to relive that moment. Honestly, I don't think I would touch it. If I could go back in time and have to be stuck there, or I could go in the future and be stuck there, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch it. No, you can't say both. You gotta pick one. I would not touch that. Because if I go back in time, the only time I would go back in time too would maybe be like during college or something. Because college was a time where I had a lot of friends to hang out with and I was having a fun time every day. Like I was just hanging out with my friends all the time. But I didn't have Kotaru in college. And I didn't have VTubing in college. You know what I mean? So like I feel like I'm in a happy place right now. And I don't want to go in the future. Then I would miss out on like current events. You know, I wouldn't want to skip life events by going into the future. That sounds terrible. Now, if I could peek my head into the future, and that's different. So like if I could peek my head in the future for like 2 seconds, just to be like, just to check, I'm gonna peek my head in the future to check on how my VTuber career is going in the future. And then I'm gonna come back. But even that might be really sad, because like what if I peek my head in the future and I'm like, my channel was like dead or something? I'm like, oh no. But if I had to pick one, I guess forward. I'd go forward a little bit. Just a little bit. I'd go back in time. I'd go into the Western days and ride horses everywhere. You know, I've mentioned this. I mean, I don't think I've ever mentioned this on stream. But whenever I come up to the question of like, would you like to go back in time? And people are like, I would want to go back in time like 40 years ago, 50 years ago, 60 years ago. I'm African American. I feel like I'm in America in the best time I can be. I don't want to go back in time. Y'all know it was not good even like 60 years. What, it's only been like 60, 70 years? I wouldn't want to go back in time. I think this is the best time for me. I think about that all the time. Every time I get a time question about going back in time, it's like, why would I want, given how history has been, why would I want to go past like I wouldn't go past like 20, maybe 20 years. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like maybe 20, that's it. I wouldn't go past 20 years. That's like setting myself up for failure. I ate a brick. Please do not eat bricks. Please only eat food. That's edible. Food that's edible. Set myself up for failure by going back in time. Anyways, Wave asked what we are doing this stream. I have a list of 300 get to know me questions, and we're just going through them and answering them together because I thought it would be fun to do. Instead of me sitting here racking my brain about what to talk about for like 3 hours straight, I figured let's ask some questions. And these questions like require you to think too. Like these are thought-provoking questions, all right? These aren't your everyday run-of-the-mill, oh man, what's 1 + 1? Nah, you gotta think today. Yeah, there's 300 questions on this document I found. 308 to be specific. We're not gonna do all 300, okay? But this could be an ongoing series, okay? Like today we stopped at like XYZ and then we finish tomorrow, like next time, you know? Not tomorrow. Probably next time though. I do have a lot of free time, which is why there's been a lot of like random streams because, you know, I'm on break. I'm on winter break right now. I have a lot of free time. You know what's better? Dry cement. Please don't eat cement. I feel like I want to appear in voice chat later tonight. Maybe try to sing. Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah, go sing. Number 4, guys. If you got a promotion, a job, a college acceptance, an accolade, award, or generally accomplished something major, who is the first person you tell and how do you think they'd react? All right, I'm a teacher, so I always read questions twice. Okay, it's just the first time you hear a question, you hear it. Second time, you really comprehend it. Ready? If you got a promotion, a job, a college acceptance, an accolade/award, or just generally accomplished something major, who is the first person you tell and how do you think you'd react? I would tell Kotaru. I mean, he lives with me, right? I feel like he'd be really excited if that happened, especially if I got a promotion. I don't even know what a promotion is. I'm a teacher, but that'd be really funny if I pulled up at the house. Hey, Kotaru, I got a teacher promotion. He'd be like, what? Got a promotion. Good job. I already did college. Yeah, I definitely tell him I got an award though. I don't know what I'd get an award at, but I tell my mom, then you. Yeah, literally, I would probably tell. I mean, the Discord would be next to know. I'd be like, Kotaru, guess what happened? And I open my phone. Guys, guess what happened? So y'all definitely be next in line. Either my childhood friend or another long time online friend. You've been promoted to first grade. Yeah, I've been promoted to a first grade teacher instead of a kindergarten teacher. Yippee. They think I'm lying. Oh, that's sad. Cause she's British. My sister figures though. If it's past 6 p.m., then my parents, because she's okay. All right, number 5. If you were an inanimate object, what would you be and why? If you were an inanimate object, what would you be and why? If I was an inanimate object, a chair? Bruh. What would you be? You'd be a panda plushie? I don't know. An inanimate object? Maybe. I'm like looking around the room right now, trying to figure out what I would want to be. Something practical. Plushies like I'd be cuddled with? Yeah, maybe a plushie. A plushie, that's a good one. A blanket? Oh, a blanket. I like a blanket. I like a blanket because then people like you cuddle with people every time, and like people would make you warm and stuff. You'd be a table. You don't know why. You'd be a table. Maybe a oh, I know. I'd be your favorite sweater. I'd wanna be a sweater. Like your favorite winter coat or your favorite sweater that you wear all the time. So that I can go with you wherever you want. Or maybe your phone. I'd be your phone. So that I could be in your pocket and we could be together all the time. Because you know what happens with phones. They're with each other 24/7. But also phones go bad really quickly though. Yeah, I'd be Monica, but like what happens if I become a phone or like a sweater? And you sorry, Autumn Mad is really funny. What if I was a sweater? But like I'm not your favorite sweater anymore. Then what happens to me? Or like what if I was a phone in your pocket where I stopped working? Then what happens to me? Then you spend the rest of your days in like a junkyard, you know? You want to be a box? Yeah, but you know what happens to boxes? They rip them up. Like at the end of the day, once the item's out of it, they gonna tear up that box. You're gonna get ripped into a bunch of pieces and then thrown into a junkyard. See what I'm saying? We gotta think about that. Yeah, that's my answer to that anyways. Number 6, where do you wish you had grown up? Where do you wish you had grown up? I don't know. Maybe in a place that has more snow. Maybe in a place that was a little bit snowy. Or maybe somewhere, I feel like if I were to grow up somewhere, I wanted to grow up somewhere in Europe. Welcome to Puppy Academy, Darkness. I like the idea of like living in Europe just because there's so many cultures in one area, right? Like people who live in Europe can like casually drive like an hour or less and end up in a different country with different cultures, different languages. Like, and that's an insane concept to me, to the point where I just wish I was in Europe, like genuinely speaking. Because like here, what I drive 2, 3, 4 hours and I'm just in the state above or below me or next to me, and there's nothing different. When the states are next to each other, they're the same place. They're just the same place. Very minor changes, you know, like I don't know. Japan, blame Precure. See, every country has its ups and downs. Yeah, has their ups and downs. So it's hard to really say for certain that I want to live in this place, because I already know a lot of places got their own problems. So that's what makes it a little difficult. That's why I just said Europe as well. I don't know which one. Fantastical places don't count. No, they don't count. Certain parts, yeah, but the fact does not exactly work like that. Why can't I just go to other places? Still growing up with an area with the forest. Yeah, I want to go to a place with snow. What place snows? Not too much though, not too much. Number 7, if you could be good at any perception. Sorry, let me learn how to read first. If you could be good at any profession without having to receive the accompanying education or trade experience, which would you choose? If I could be any profession without needing education or experience, I would have gone into psychiatry. I wanted to be... Hi, Dabuya! I wanted to be a psychiatrist for a long time. The reason I didn't go into therapy, psychiatry, like I really wanted to, was because you have to go through like 8 extra years of college. Like it would take you like 12 years of college to achieve those things, and I was not about to do that. Welcome to Puppy Academy, friend. I was not about that. I really wasn't. So psychiatry and acting, both are useful everywhere. Yeah. So I was really excited. I mean, I really wanted to do that. When I went to college, when I was going to college, like when I was deciding I wanted to go, I was really excited about the idea until I looked up the requirements. What does it require to be a psychiatrist? 12 years of college. Oh, okay, I'll just be a teacher then. Quite literally what happened. That's quite literally what happened, and some days I regret not going into that, because have you ever looked up how much a psychiatrist makes? I recently was like, I could have been a psychiatrist. I wonder how much they make. And I found out that they make so much money. I could be rich. But at the same time, if I was a psychiatrist, I'd still be in college right now. Right? I probably wouldn't be VTubing because I'd have too much time. I wouldn't have enough free time to do what I wanted to do, I'd be too busy the whole time. You gonna hang out in my Discord? Okay, have fun, y'all. Have fun. How much do they make? A lot? How much do psychiatrists make a year on average? A lot? Well, we can look at Google AI, but I don't know how I feel about Google AI. The Bureau of Labor Statistics. They said they make about $239,000 a year. $239,000 a year is how much psychiatrists are said to make, and that's just the average. There are some psychiatrists that make $400,000. There are some that makes like less than that. They can make like early $200,000. But psychiatrists make so much money that sometimes I wish I could go back in time and tell myself, you know what, Cyan, 12 years of schooling isn't that bad. 12 years of schooling isn't that bad. Go ahead, Cyan, become the psychiatrist you want to be. Finally get to watch my stream. Hey, Jumper! Hey. Yeah, they make a lot of money. So sometimes I wish. End of sentence. Sometimes I wish. What about welding? How much do they make? How much do welders make? A year on average? The average salary for a welder is $23 an hour. Beginner 0 to 2 years, typically $29,000 to $35,000 annually. And a 3 to 6 year welders make $45,000 to $60,000. Oh, so they make welders got them teacher salaries for real. That's what I'm seeing. That's what those numbers tell me. Oh, Just become a teacher, you know? Just become a teacher. Hey, One Way, how are you? All right, guys, next question. That's more than $5. That is more than $5. I was like, hey, Shippy. All right, ready? Number 8. What is something you're terrible at but wish you could do well? Oh, that's an easy one. Graphic design. Graphic design. Ooh, I mean, you guys have seen my yeah, y'all have seen my thumbnails. I'm really bad at graphic design. I'm bad at color theory, so I'm really bad at making colors look good together, which means by default, any graphic I try to make looks bad because I'm like, why do all the colors I choose look terrible with each other? Like, and graphic design. Easy accepting no as an answer. Oh, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. I can say no, but I will cry about it. Like, I will tell somebody no. I will stand my ground. I will debate with somebody if I need to, but I will literally be crying the whole time. Like, I'll be like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. You're not to put, like, I will tell you, but I will be really upset. Getting a job is so valid. Depends. The job, like, you can get welding contracts in the military, but they get hundreds more. Ooh, okay. Singing. Oh, singing's a good one. I wish I was a lot better at singing too. But right now, graphic design came to my mind because graphics design is the most relevant to me right now. and it pisses me off that I'm so bad at it. I keep trying to make these thumbnails for YouTube, and every time I think I make a good... Sorry, I never think I make a good thumbnail. And they don't do well because I don't make good thumbnails. I'm literally doing every hobby known to me, and that's okay. The thing is that 12 years is a long time. If you can be financially stable for 12 years requires to learn it, then you are already good, going well. That's true. That's true. You do have to be financially stable for that. If I was kind of be a psychiatrist, I'd be in college right now with a lot of debt. And who wants debt? I don't have any college debt, so we're gonna keep it that way, yeah? I told myself that if I was going to go into college and leave with debt, I wouldn't become a teacher because I didn't want to have to deal with paying off debt and having low income. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. I can't owe anybody money when I'm already not making as much that much in the first place. So that was my thing. If I don't get to school with a full ride, I'm not being a teacher. And I got a full ride, so I could be a teacher. Number 9, y'all. What is the quality you admire the most and the person you dislike the most? What is the quality you admire the most and the person you dislike the most? That requires me thinking about who I dislike, doesn't it? I don't think I have college debt. Good. No college debt is good. Debt. Good, I couldn't speak. What is the quality you admire the most and the person you dislike the most? The people I dislike the most are at my job. Okay? Are at my job. The people I dislike the most. There's only 2 people that I really dislike. It's hard for me to think about who I dislike because I don't necessarily hate anybody. There are people that I just don't like a little bit, but I don't really hate them or anything. I guess the thing that I admire about the person I dislike the most is how assertive they are. About how assertive they are. The people that I dislike a lot tend to be people who are more on the confrontational side. The type who try to confront you over things they really should not be confronting you over. Try to confront you over things that doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And I really admire their ability to confront somebody when they feel like something's bothering them. I do admire their ability to just speak up and be like, hey, this is an issue. You need to fix it because this is your problem. I do admire that because I don't speak up a lot of times when something's bothering me, or I will, but I'll be very quiet about it, or I'll try to make it seem like it's not a big of a deal, even if it is. So I guess yeah, I admire the people I dislike the most. I admire that they are able to speak their mind. They're usually opposites of me. love everyone, but I guess I don't like anyone who bullies anyone for actually no reason. Unless they have a reason, but if there's no reason, then yeah. Person I dislike the most is activists and most of COD creators except... I once made a staffy thing out of an ice cube, so technically that's crazy. Guys, it's not the question. It's not just what do you dislike the most. It's what do you admire about the person you dislike the most. What do you admire about the person you dislike the most? Not just I dislike this person. All right, guys. Number 10. What is the most recent thing that makes you cry? I can't talk about that. What is the most recent thing that makes you cry? I'm trying to think of a recent thing that made me cry that I can talk about. Because, I mean, I am... most, like, things that make me cry are usually... I'm trying to think. I don't know. I can't talk about that. I can't talk about what recent thing made me cry. Because that's personal. But I can talk about the time before that I cried, which is what I'm trying to think about. I'm trying to think, when was the last time I cried that wasn't like recent? I think the most recent time I cried that wasn't like a personal thing that I can't share was when I was at my job and I had gotten my observation rating back like a month ago, and the assistant principal had given me developing on everything, which is quite literally the lowest rating you can get on an observation. That's what made me cry. I remember that. Like, I literally cried to my admin, and I was like, the assistant principal gave me the worst score ever, and I know I'm not a developing teacher. I know I'm not, because even when I was at my worst as a first year, I didn't get the lowest grade for stuff. You know, I got pretty decent. I've been getting pretty decent teacher like ratings for everything, and this dude came along and he gave me the worst thing possible, especially after he had told me I had done good stuff. Like, he was like, oh, your observation went so good. Honestly, if I can give you a grade, I'd give you like an A- probably. And I was like, okay. He's like, you don't have really to worry about. And then I look at my observation and it gave me the lowest thing possible. I think that was the last time I cried that I can share. Okay, I did cry like, what's today? I cried like what, like yesterday or 2 days ago? I cried very recently. I just cannot share why. I cried on Christmas, yeah. That's why at the beginning of the stream when y'all were like, how was your Christmas? I was like, it was okay. I definitely didn't spend most of Christmas crying. No. Me? No, I would never. I just can't tell you why. But yeah, the most recent I cried was Christmas. I cried Christmas like the whole day. Ugh. And no, it wasn't a happy cry. It was not a happy cry at all. Only been one thing that actually made me sob. When my friend made me realize I thought of a friend, an older sibling. I still don't know how it made me cry. I guess because one friend said that we looked like we were flirting, and it made me feel like, oh no, am I crushing? Oh, okay. You were crying because you were confusion, because like you didn't know how you feel, did? It's the opposite. I cry with everything and mean to have to not cry. Yeah, I'm a crier. I literally cry about everything. Like, if you hear me say I cried, it's not a big deal. It's literally, I guarantee you, I was crying. I spent most of Christmas crying, and genuinely speaking, it wasn't a big deal. Like, I can't share with you the reason why I cried, but like, if I told you, I feel like you'd be like, oh, you're crying for that? And I'd be like, yup. It literally wasn't a big deal. I'm just a crier. I'm just a crier. Like, I cry over everything. I get teary-eyed all the time, especially this week because of because I'm getting married. I'm getting married next week, so sometimes I get teary-eyed just thinking about that. So, hey Geek, how are you? Your story brought me here. Very nice. Oh, yo, I'm so stupid. I did cry recently that I can share. I cried like 2 weeks ago. I cried 2 weeks ago because I'm getting married next week, and my job, my coworkers threw a bridal shower. They threw a surprise bridal shower for me in the media center. That's right, I did cry recently, that I can share with. Yeah, I cried like a baby. And I even like I was doing like my cute little tears when I was there, you know, little drops of tears here and there. But as soon as I got in my car, I was like I started bawling. I was trying to keep it together at like the party they threw for me. But as soon as I got in the car, I started ugly crying. I was like yelling. I was like and I went home and I was ugly crying. And I called Kotaru and I started ugly crying to him, and he was like, "Are you good?" And I was like, "They threw a surprise bridal shower for me." Oh my gosh, yeah. I heard music and started crying. No, it happens. Like, it happens. Haven't cried since 2020, I believe. Also, people don't normally mention this, but I'm going to mention it because I'm built different. I am a woman. Something happens to women once a month. I tend to cry during that time. I tend to cry during that time. That's usually when if there's tears involved, it's probably during one specific week out of a month. Yeah. Anyways, next question, y'all. Let me see. What was the question? Next question. What are the books, movies, or games that never get old and always make you feel better when you're down? Welcome to Puppy Academy, friend. What are the books, movies, or games that never get old and always make you feel better when you're down? Oh, that's a hard one. I don't know. Always when you feel down? I don't know. I feel like I don't play games like that anymore. I used to play, I would say Taiko no Tatsujin. Playing rhythm games will, like, when I'm really sad is what I tend to do. Like, I will be like crying because I'm really upset about something, and then I'll pick up my little taiko drum and I'll just start hitting it and playing Taiko no Tatsujin. I remember when I was going through it in like high school over these like scholarships and stuff, and I'm everywhere on TikTok. Hey, I'm glad. I was a hey bad girl. And I was really upset. I was like, I'm never going to get into college. None of the schools want me. And I would put my headphones into my little Switch and I would play Taiko no Tatsujin. I would be crying while playing my little drum. That's what I do. So I guess rhythm games are my comfort food. They're my comfort food. Any manga I got, Uma Musume. Sonic 06. I love Sonic 06. I might play that on stream one day. I love Sonic 06 so much. Alright. Next question. What is the most trivial thing about which you have a strong opinion? Most trivial thing? What is the most trivial thing about which you have a strong opinion? That's a hard question. What is something trivial that I have a strong opinion on? I'm not sure. I have very strong opinions on a lot of things. On a lot of things. Handwriting? Anger a lot of people with that, Cyan? I have a lot of trivial things I have strong opinions on. But like, now that I'm like, the question came up to me, I can't think of any of them right now. Not going to. It's gonna get political. Oh my gosh. Is analog clocks? Okay. Well, I mean, I do have strong opinions on that. I guess you could say that. Yeah. I feel like there's other stuff though. I have opinions that all what sucks? All what? What is that? I don't know what that word means. There's like other stuff though. Like I know I have ranted about analog clocks on stream before. Yes, I think that analog clocks are going to are pretty obsolete now. I mean, you don't see many analog clocks around anymore. Everything's digital. Like, I don't feel like there's a need for analog clocks anymore. Why put that? Half the kids can't read them anyways. They're not taught to read them. At least in America, they aren't. They're not taught to read clocks anymore. They get 1 week to learn how to read an analog clock. After that, they're never required to do it again. And most classrooms don't have them anymore. At least in elementary schools, they just be having the little smart board or whatever board they have up there that has a little time on it. Their iPads have the time on it. Their phone has the time on it. The TV has the time on it. I am a dog. Woof. Don't really have strong opinions. I feel like there's something else. I feel like there's something else that I have a really strong opinion on that I can't think of right now, and I might have to come back to this question. No day off from school. It snowed where I am. Oh, it snowed? Yeah. Then you don't have to be here if it snowed. You get the day off. You love it? It's cute. Thank you. Meow. Okay, I'll come back to that question, y'all. I'll come back to it because I have a lot of things that I have pet peeves on, and I just cannot remember them. I cannot. If you could be any mythical creature, what would you be and why? A mythical creature? I feel like I already am a mythical creature. I'm a dog. I'm a dog with a with blue and white fur. I already am a mythical creature. I would want to be a talking dog. Woo! When I was in elementary, we had a clock with a really advanced math on it. As long as you remembered the numbers on the clock, there was no need to do math on it. I'm trying to imagine what a clock with like math on it would look like. Like, was the clock like each part of the clock like, in order to tell the time, you had to do 12 plus 4, or like, 10 divided by 2. Like, is that what the clock looked like? I can't imagine that. Welcome to Puppy Academy, friend. Welcome. I make my ears wobble for you. Welcome. It's more advanced than that. Interesting. I'd love to fly around, but also I'm pyromaniac, so burn the castle as a dragon. Okay, a horse squirrel. These are fun answers. I like this. We should do this more often, guys. Also, activate Windows is so large. It's so large on my computer right now. I have it like, I had it connected to my like TV, which is a huge like monitor, and it made the word activate Windows really big for the TV since it's a big TV. And now that it's back on my screen, it did not shrink back to its original size. So now it's huge. The watermark on my monitor is massive right now. No, I don't want to. I'll live with the watermark for the rest of my days. Do you not have a follower notification? I do. I said welcome to Puppy Academy. Did I? Oh, I should have. Welcome to Puppy Academy, main Flamingo, if I hadn't said it to you already. Anyways. If you've had more than one job, which job taught you the most? I can't answer this question. I've only ever been a teacher. I can't answer that question. Hey, Sean, how are you? Right now, we're answering a bunch of get to know you questions. And I cannot answer I can't answer number 14. I've never had more than one job. Well, that's not true. I was a TA, a teacher's assistant, and then I was a teacher. So technically, I've had 2 jobs. And which taught you the most? But they're like the same field, they're the same thing. As a TA, I was just pulling a bunch of different grade levels, and as a teacher, I just pull one. So, I mean, it's hard to answer that question. I don't know why that got Automon. Yes, my community is 13 and up. That includes 13. Just anything under 13 is when it's like, no. If you could change one thing about yourself physically, what would you change? Are you still a teacher? Yeah, of course I am. I'm on winter break right now. So I get 2 weeks off. If you could change one thing about yourself physically, what would you change? This is going to be a really personal question, but I'm going to answer it. When I gain weight, most of my weight goes to my little tummy pouch that's like right under my right under my belly button. I have such a big tummy pouch right under my belly button, and all my weight goes there. Every time I gain any ounce of weight, any like 1 or 2 pounds, it goes there. So if I could change one thing about myself physically, I'd get rid of the tummy pouch. I'd get rid of the tummy pouch. Boop the dog on the snoot. That's not gonna fix my tummy pouch though. I was like, hey Zebruna, I can't get normal pants because of it. It just I like to wear dresses, and like the more tight. That's cute. You like that? I don't know. The little like tighter like dresses that I like. You know, some people wear like dresses that are tighter that fit like the frame of their body. I don't like wearing those because every time I do, I have a little straight line of a figure. It starts to curve a little bit, and then boom, tummy pouch. And it looks so awkward. I hate it. I hate my tiny tummy pouch. So if I could change one thing about myself physically, I would drop the tummy pouch, man. I know some people like that. I do, but I'm doing a stretch. I really don't. I would say my weight, but like I can do that. I can commit. So yeah, I'd get rid of the connection to my fingernails. I can't get them short enough without possibly having to cut off my. Oh my gosh, you wouldn't see. Oh, I see. I get it. Ooh, woo. I get it. Okay. Number 16. What single event or decision do you think most affected the rest of your life? Was there a turning point in your life? Ooh. What single event or decision do you think most affected the rest of your life? Was there a turning point in your life? I would say that my single event or decision. I think my decision. So I told y'all when I was in high school, I was like super emo, super depressed, super unhappy with my life. I would say like my thought processes were like really bad, and I think my best decision I could have made during that time was swallowing my pride and going to my parents and letting them know, hey, I'm depressed. I would like therapy. I think because I did that, and first it sucked, right? It got better before it got worse before it got better. Like, yes, I used to be very emo. Yes. It got worse before it got better. I told my parents, and they were like, oh my gosh, have you tried praying? You're just depressed because you like Pokemon, which is the devil, and you need to pray more. So first it was just like, oh my gosh, wow, I wish I hadn't said anything. And then it was, you need to eat more. And I was like, wow, thanks. But then eventually my parents were like, I kept begging my parents, I kept like constantly, I want therapist, I want therapy. I kept constantly egging them on about it. So eventually it was like, okay, you want therapy? Fine, we'll get you therapy. And first it started off with my parents taking me to church therapy. So they took me to a church, right? They took me to a church to get one of the little counselors, which was a terrible decision, by the way. Terrible decision. Church counselors, they're not qualified. They're just people, right? They're just people who want to help out, which I appreciate that. I appreciate that churches have like free services. But at the same time, again, they're just people. These are just like normal people. They're not like qualified for nothing. They just want to help out. And so my first therapist was a quote unquote church counselor, and she did absolutely nothing. I mean, she used to make things worse. She was constantly threatening to just take me to the hospital. And I was like, well, girl, why are you here then? If every single time I open my mouth to say I'm sad, she goes, Cyan, I'm so concerned about you. Do you need to go to the hospital? I'm like, no, I'm here to talk to you. And then she would start talking, hey, funny. And then she would start talking about herself all the time. Like, then she would start talking about like her best friend did this. Oh, I'm so mad about that. And blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so church counseling sucked. And I remember telling my mom, I said, Mom, welcome to Puppy Academy then, Sean. I said, Mom, I can't do church therapy no more. This lady crazy. This lady is the most unhelpful lady ever. Can I please get a real therapist? And she was like, okay. Okay, Cyan, we'll try to get you a real therapist. So then I finally get a real one. And I walk in, this is a long story, sorry. I walk in to the place at the new real therapist. And the place is like a stereotypical like therapy office. One you see online, on like a TV show, right? When they talk about therapy. You know, like those like big fuzzy couches you sit at, like the little, there's like a little waterfall like lamp in the background, like a little wall of like water just pouring down. You see all these little stones and rocks and stuff. It's literally like the TV version of like what a therapy office is. I went there one time, told the therapist lady all my feelings, shared everything with her. And then my mom, I left the building, and then my mom was like, something feels off about that place. And then I wasn't allowed to go there ever again. She said it didn't feel right, but to be fair, she explained to me why it didn't feel right, and I was like, that's valid. See, the place was like locked up really tight. Like you look at the windows were like barred shut. The doors to get in and out of the place were like locked up. Like we had trouble finding a door that was unlocked, and we couldn't find one that was unlocked. We had to like call somebody, have them open the door for us. And my mom was like, why are there so many locks and nuts and bolts in this one building if it's supposed to be helping us for therapy? So that happened. But then I finally got like an actual like good therapist on my third try. It took three tries to charm. All right, and my third lady, she was really sweet. She was really sweet. Like I really loved that girl. She was the one who convinced me to get psychiatry and to, you know, start taking meds and stuff. And like, I've got like the formal diagnosis now. Like it was nice. Anyways, that was a long story. That's a long story. You gotta go. Okay, bye, Flamingo. Have fun. Church is good for finding faith or whatever. It is not a sure place for therapy. It's not. It's not. I don't know. It's genuinely not. It's not a good place for therapy. J is for I can't make out the sign. What sign? There's a sign somewhere. This is welcome to Puppy Academy. But yeah, it was that. Sorry, that was a long spiel. But yes, that was the turning point in my life. Asking and begging for therapy. Okay, that was a good. After I got therapy and I got my meds, I was able to turn my mental health around to be the happy girl I am now. Do I always recommend meds? No, I don't always recommend meds. I recommend you do other stuff first. Behind you in the board of the alphabet, I think it were. Oh, don't look at the alphabet. It's missing a lot of letters up there. It's missing a lot of letters up there. Therapy is not for everybody. Meds are not for everybody, but I always think they're worth a try. Like if you need them, I always think they're worth trying than just not and then being like, I'm sad. How about you be sad and try things instead of be sad and not try things? You know what I'm saying? You know, try it first. That's what I'm saying. Try things first before you knock them. You know, try therapy before you say therapy won't help me. How you know that? You haven't tried it. You know that's yeah. I just not blink for no reason so I could focus more on listening. Oh, sorry. Let me stop talking so fast. All right. Number 17. What is the one thing that you made that you're most proud of? Oh, that's so easy. I'm the most proud of this channel. I'm so proud of what I have done as Cyan. Like, I'm really happy with like my branding. I'm really happy with how my like channel and stuff is going. I mean, look, we have 28 people watching right now. Like I never expected to actually stream to a community when I first started off streaming. And like right now my YouTube videos are starting to do well. I only recently started making like YouTube videos and they're starting to get somewhere. All right, we're starting to get Today, my first ever video on YouTube was just that stupid clip about me complaining about that one kid in my class. I got my first ever YouTube video to have more than 2,000 views on it. That's pretty good for me. Most of my videos in my channel don't make it past 500. So, you know, we're out here. Yeah, your mom's cute. Thankies. Thank you. All right. We got 1 minute for an ad break start. Let's see if I can get a quick answer in. Some historical figures have something attached to their names, like the mad or the wise. What would yours be like? Mine would be the happy. Cyan the happy. Cyan the happy. I told you clips are good. Yeah, they are. Cyan the happy is what I would be. The Cyan the tail wagger. Cyan the I was gonna say Cyan the brave because it sounds cute, but I'm not very brave. I'm not very brave. Thank you for that, Betty Bird. Paige the musical. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. I like it. I like it. Cyan the tail wagger. Anyways, y'all, there will be a 3-minute break for those you guys who watch me on Twitch. There'll make more videos. I will. I promise. Also, hey Hedgehog. All right, in 30 seconds there will be a 3-minute break. All right, I'm gonna make a 3-minute break. During that time, I'm gonna go. I really need to use the bathroom. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. So, Cyan the wide smile. Yeah, that's cute. Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go to the bathroom though. I see you in 3 minutes. 3-minute break, okay, y'all? Okay, 3 minutes. 3 minutos. I'll be back. I promise. Okay, be right back, y'all. returned. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, I peeped the mic. Sorry. I'm gonna break my microphone. It's gonna explode one of these days. It's gonna be like, oh my, my microphone hates to see me coming, bro. It'd be like, oh my god, there goes Cyan again. By the way, I have this turned down a lot, and I'm over here screaming, hey, Shawnee Ranger! What is that, Bruda? We didn't do anything to your chair. No, I heard everything. Y'all putting tax in my chairs. That's scary. That's how you trying to break my bum? That wouldn't be very nice. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. I need that. I need that for sitting. I need that for sitting. All right, guys, let's continue. I don't know how many questions we'll go into. Like what? I've been streaming for an hour, and we're only at question what question are we at? We're question 19. Question 19 out of 308. This would be the perfect like 20. If I were decided to do a 24-hour stream one day, which I probably would never do. This would be the perfect idea. Answering questions for 24 hours. Yippee! All right, y'all. Your ears are cooked. Sorry. I'll try to yell less loud. Going Super Saiyan. Yeah, I'm going Saiyan. All right, number 19. What was the best year of your life? And what was the worst year? I like to say that the best year of my life was 2019. I'm gonna say it was around 2019. In 2019, I was still in college, but my classes were really easy. This was when 2019 was the year that my depression was starting to alleviate itself. So I was starting to feel happy. I was starting to feel myself again. I had gotten off my meds. So I was starting to feel a lot. I was just feeling really good that year. Like, you know, I was just coming out of my depression, was getting off my meds. I had a ton of friends. So I was hanging out with friends every single day. Every day was super fun. Like I was at college. I was in my friend's dorm room every single day. It was so fun. So fun, so fun, so fun. Like I would say that has to be my best year just because I was just talking to people all the time. I was hanging out all the time. I was chilling. I was a happy girl. I was learning how to be happy that year. Oh, it was so good. My worst year gotta be when I was in school, the school age, high school, middle school, one of those years. I'm gonna say 2015, 2014 or 2015 maybe. That was when I was first starting to get into my depressive state because of circumstances. Yeah, that's how I word it. That was the year that life started to suck and I started to get really sad. So let's say that. I can also say that like my most recent years are my best years too. So I could say 2019 was the best year because of like how much fun I was having and how easy my classes were, and I was just living my best life. But I could also say that this year's been a really good year too. Honestly, I could say this year was a really good year. A lot happened this year. This is a year I moved in with my mans. He proposed to me. We're getting married literally next week. we are getting married next week. Like this is a pretty good year. A lot's happened this year. I'm a very happy person. My channel has been like growing like crazy this year because I started putting out content on other platforms, and I really didn't realize how important it was. Everyone keeps saying to make content on different platforms, but I just didn't know what to make. You know, I didn't know what content to make on other platforms, so I just did it, you know? And my channel suffered, but this year I started making content on other platforms, and suddenly people started watching me. It's crazy how that works. You know? Crazy how that works. Although, I will say, disclaimer. If you like watching my TikToks and my Instagram shorts, I am sorry. I will not be posting those as much anymore because of financial reasons. Okay, once me and Kotaru get married next week, we're going to combine our finances, and then we're going to start budgeting for the future. And I pay for someone to edit my shorts. That's how I can put out so many, and I put them out quickly. Someone edits them for me. I don't know how to edit stories. I know how to do basic edits. Like, you can tell which ones I edited versus which ones like Medics has edited. Anyone that involves just short zoom ins, zooms out. So welcome to Puppy Academy, friend. Any of them that involve short zoom ins, short zoom outs, and like basic subtitles, that's the ones I've edited. I might add I might throw a picture in there here and there, like an image on the screen, but those are the ones I edit. The ones that Medics edits are like ones that involved a lot of extra stuff that I don't do. I know how to do it, but I don't have the artistic vision to do it. You know, I know how to do the things. I just can't look at a part and go, oh, you know, it'd be nice if this is here. So yeah, I also have a full-time job. I am a teacher. So yeah, as I save money and my spending budget gets smaller and smaller, I will be shifting focus away from shorts, which sucks because most of my traction, my newer traction, has come from shorts and stuff. But I have a new focus now, one that I can really do myself, which is YouTube. I do plan on trying to hone in on YouTube, because not only it takes a lot, at least for me, it takes less time to put stuff on YouTube, mostly because the stuff I put on my YouTube channel are not very edited. They're not very heavily edited, right? They're just clips, except since it's a YouTube long form video, I don't have to constantly be like jingle, 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 jingle. The hardest thing about shorts, about editing shorts, is that you need to constantly be jingling keys in front of people's faces. You don't have to do that for YouTube videos. It does help to do that, but it's not a requirement. People will still watch it even if it's not jingle, 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 jingle. And so that's, I'm changing focus, okay? So I'm sorry to you guys who found me on Instagram and TikTok and like my shorts and stuff, but that financial well is drying up. All right, I can't really afford Medics anymore after my combined finances happen and stuff. So now you'll probably see a lot more long form videos. I decided that I wanted to focus on YouTube. I think YouTube would be a lot more, I think long term, a website like YouTube is a lot more beneficial than something like TikTok or Instagram. Those are like more short form, like short-lived bursts of like views and stuff. But I think YouTube, like video content and stuff, would be better in the long run. And I want to start doing what's better for my channel in the long run, with the money I have, of course. You know, I've noticed that a lot of like VTubers, that like YouTuber advice is like, oh, you need to make XYZ videos every week. You need to post at least like one video. You need to post at least 2 or 3 videos a week. And I'm like, that's for the jobless, bro. I got a full-time job. I can't post 2 to 3 shorts a day and 2 to 3 videos a week like they want you to. You know, that's the jobless. I have a job, so it makes a little. Are you gonna do Instagram longs then? That'd be funny. I could stream to those sites. I've always wanted to, but I could never get the vertical capture to work. I can't get it to work for some reason. The little capture thing for that, I just can't get it to work. Welcome to Puppy Academy. I can't speak. Anyways, y'all, back to the question. I got sidetracked. Number 20. What's one thing, whether it's something you did or something you made or something you caused to happen, would you like to be remembered by? What is one thing you would like to be remembered by? What is something I'd like to be? My streaming, of course. If I die, y'all better remember me as the really cute and kind VTuber Cyan. Alright? That's what I want to be remembered as. I want to be remembered as a kind person, as a kind VTuber, as a kind person. It's mostly the biggest thing. Like, I don't want to die and people be like, oh man, she kind of sucked, you know, I want to be remembered as like a nice VTuber, someone who is really kind to people, someone who's willing to help other people, with certain things, you know. That's the type of thing I want to be known as. As a yapper with a lot of tech Hey, I don't got that many tech problems. I've seen worse. You should have been around my channel 4 years ago when I started. Helping small streamers by talking to them. I used to do that a lot. Then I became a streamer myself, and it became a lot. It's a lot harder to talk to streamers when you're a streamer. I don't know why that is, but I find that I don't watch VTubers when I am actively VTubing, and then on hiatuses, whenever I like am away for a while, then suddenly I start talking to VTubers again. I don't know why that's the case. I don't know. As someone who's been doing YouTube 10-ish years with a full-time job alongside, make sure you keep to a schedule in here. 1 video a day, week, fortnight. Just make it consistent. I say, okay, I want to try 1 video a week, but I don't know. I'm a little scary. Cyan forgot about us? Wait, what do you mean I forgot about y'all? I like small streamers as you can have a conversation with them. Yeah, a lot of people do for that reason. And then once the streamer becomes big, some people just start dipping because they can't talk to them as much, which is valid. I prefer that too. Actually, I used to prefer that, but now that I'm a VTuber myself, I actually prefer to watch larger streamers just because I'm like studying them. You know how like an artist is going to study like how another artist draws so they can learn how to draw better? It's like that, but for VTubing. Like, I try to watch the bigger VTubers. I like to stalk their channels sometimes, see what kind of videos they're posting, see how they're talking on their streams, how they're behaving on their streams, you know? Like studying them so that I can remember that for when I do my streams. I want to better myself, and the best way to better yourself at something is to watch the people who do it better than you. Yeah. Mostly indie, like large indie streamers for that reason. Watching, like, trying to see what corporate VTubers are up to is not really going to be helpful, because obviously they have all their stuff funded for them, and a lot of them have instant fame just by debuting under said corporation. So I mean, I like to watch like big indie VTubers sometimes. So I think my friend, they can be 100,000 viewers or 1, doesn't matter, but I do avoid bringing certain things up to larger streaming. Yeah, that's valid. I don't watch big VTubers. I prefer much smaller ones. What are y'all gonna do when I become big? Yeah, I said when. All right, that's the plan. I plan on becoming a big streamer. not if, when I become big. Y'all gonna leave? Y'all gonna be like, dang, she too big, I'm out. You're already big to me? Oh, that's so fun coming from you, Jello, since you were like one of my first like 10 followers. Jello's been there since the beginning. Jello is my second. He's my second like person who's like constantly come back to my streams. The first person was like the original Ranger. He changed his name. I think his name is Jinx now. Jello was the second person. I specifically remember I was playing Terraria with Kotaru, and like that was back when like nobody was watching my streams, and Jello showed up and he talked for a while, and I was like, oh my god, he stayed. I was so excited. And then he said, be right back, I'm gonna go eat dinner, I'll be back. And I was like, oh, he's gonna eat dinner, he's not actually gonna come back, he's just gonna leave like everyone else does. And then he actually came back. He said, all right, I finished eating dinner, I'm back. And I was so excited. I was like, oh my god. And after the stream, me and Kotaru were like, oh my god, he came back. I was be part of your class even when you take over the world. Yes, thank you. Specifically with looking for a small Terraria streamer to watch while I was on. It was so great. Also, hi Taster. Hello. All right, next question. Number 21. What has been the biggest change of heart you've had? Have you ever started off on one side of the issue and wound up on the other? What influenced that change? Oh, this is a good one. The biggest change of heart I've had, I want to say, came during my first year of teaching. So during my first year of teaching, I ran into a ton of different like problems. You know, you go to college to learn how to teach. and learn how to teach like lesson plans and what kind of worksheets and stuff to give out to your kids. They don't teach you classroom management. That is a skill that you have to learn on the job. So when I first became a kindergarten teacher years ago, I could not get the class, like I couldn't get them to listen to me. I could not get the class to listen to me, and it was a very stressful time. I remember I went home and I cried almost every day, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good of a teacher you are, how good your lessons are. If your kids aren't listening, they're not going to learn. And that was stressing me out, because I knew I could teach well. I can teach lessons pretty well. I knew what to do during that regard. I just could not get them to listen to me. So I would go home and I would be like crying and crying and crying all the time. And as a result, I would take that out on the kids. You know, I was constantly yelling my first year. I was like, man, you're not listening. And Ron, you making me mad. And why are you guys not listening? Sit down. You know, I was like the mean teacher that was like yelling all the time. And it was just because I just couldn't get them under control and they weren't listening to me. And, you know, when people don't listen, what do? You default to just yelling. Like, that's just what people tend to default to. But I had a moment, right? I had a moment where one day I was just so mad. I was fed up. I was about to cry. I wanted to cry right then and there. And I was fussing at my kids. I was like, you guys, you never listen to me. You know, I'm trying to make sure that we're all here learning, and you guys are always just talking over me and playing, and you act like you don't care, and I don't understand. I was like at my breaking point. Like, I was like really stressed out. And then one of these kids gets out of line and he gives me the biggest hug. And I was shocked, because I was literally like so angry and I was fussing at these kids. And he gives me a hug, and he looks at me and he goes, I don't know, you just seem like you needed this. Why are you so mad right now? And I looked at him and I was like, I don't know. Why am I so mad right now? And that was a turning point. That was the biggest turning point of my career. After that, that made me realize these kids are just 5. You know, they're just 5 years old. They're not... I was trying to talk to them and communicate with them and try to get them to listen like an adult would. Like adult would listen. I was not treating them like the age that they were, right? So that was a big turning point. After that kid hugged me, I went home and I contemplated life, and I was like, they're just kids. I need to be softer with them. Like, I'm yelling at them, and obviously that's not doing anything. I need a different approach. And after that, I've been really kind to my students, and I've been getting them to listen by different ways. Like, you know, by like, you know, praising them, like, oh wow, you're doing such a good job. Oh, thank you to this one kid's doing a good job. I want to see others do good jobs too. But that was the biggest, that was when I had my epiphanies, when that kid hugged me, when I was like fussing for no reason. So that's it. Also, hey Niffy, you're such a good boy. You're such a good boy, Niffy. Also, hey Tara. I think I witnessed that kind of teacher crash out in high school at least like 8 times. I only had 1 crash out, so I think I'm better. When you go massive, do you think you would quit teaching? That depends on how much streaming would make me, because thinking on it, a teacher's salary is not a lot, but also like a streamer's salary also isn't that much either. So depending on how much I make, I would probably still be a teacher, but I would just have dual income. That, or I'd downgrade. I would go from being a teacher to a TA, so I'd have the TA income on top of my on top of my streamer's salary. Because it really depends, because a streamer could make anywhere from like just a few thousand to like a million, you know, like depending on how they like market themselves, if they're making YouTube videos and stuff like that. So it really depends. W student, yeah, that student, I love that kid. He comes to say hi to me in the hallways all the time, and I give him like the biggest hug, and I'm just in my head, I'm like, you don't know what you did for me. Like you're like my entire like turning point in my teaching career. But he doesn't know it. He doesn't know that, you know, he doesn't know that. I'm gonna tell him eventually. I'm gonna sit him down and be like, one day he's gonna be discouraged, and I'm gonna tell him the story about how he encouraged and inspired me. I'm gonna tell him someday. I just haven't found the right time yet. I haven't found the right time to tell him. I'm gonna wait until like he needs some good motivation, and then I'm like, you know who motivated me? And he's gonna be like, who? I'm like, you, of course. And he's gonna be like, nuh-uh. He's in 2nd grade now. He'll be in 3rd grade next year. I'll at least tell him before he graduates. Maybe I'll do it when he's graduating on to middle school. When he's going to middle school, I'll be like, listen, you know what you did? Hello, cutie patootie. Oh my gosh, hello, Voodoo. How are you? How are you? All right, we're still answering questions, guys. For anyone who's just joining, I got a lot of people join at one time. I have been going through this list of 308 questions I found. You're such a good boy, Cyan. And I have been answering them. They're like get to know you questions. There's 308 on this document. We are on question number 21. I just answered number 21. What's the biggest change of heart you've had? That's my biggest change of heart. Number 22. What is your biggest non-academic, non-work-related accomplishment? VTubing. Next question. What is your biggest academic or work-related accomplishment? Okay. My biggest work-related accomplishment? This year, so on your teacher rating, you get 4 scores. I'm not really going to give you the specifics. I mean, let's just say you get a 1 to 4, right? 1 is like terrible. Absolutely atrocious. Like you're just terrible. You don't do a good job. A 2 is standard. You should get at least a 2 in everything, in order to keep your license. Basically, 2 is just you show up and you do your job like you're supposed to. A 3 is you're doing a good job. Like you're showing up, you're doing your job like you're supposed to, but you're doing a really good job at it. And a 4 is like you went above and beyond. You did something absolutely insane to even come close to getting something like that. To this year, on my most recent observation, I got my first ever 4 on something. I got my first ever 4 on something. And I was so excited when I saw my observation notes. I got mostly 2s, some 3s, and 1 4. And I saw that and I was like, whoa. I never thought I'd get that. You know why? Because I don't strive for that. I don't work above and beyond. I just do my job and I go home. So I was really expecting just to see like I tend to get mostly 2s and 3s. I was not expecting to see a 4. Is mayonnaise an instrument? Of course it is, Mimey. Welcome to Puppy Academy. Alright, y'all. Next question. Number 24. What's something you've done, felt, or seen that you wish you could experience again for the first time? What's something I wish I could experience like my favorite like video games over for the first time. You know, like you see a really good story and you're like, man, that story was amazing. I wish I could experience it again for the first time. One of my favorite games is Final Fantasy 13-2. A bizarre one to be a favorite game, I know. Most people don't like Final Fantasy 13, let alone even play the second one. Final Fantasy 13-2 had my favorite story growing up. And it ended on such an insane note that I wish I could experience that ending all over again. And I remember I was stressing because the final boss was so hard. Hey, Jagu was so hard. And then I finally beat the boss. and the cutscene started playing, and I tried to wake my brother up really quickly because he was supposed to watch it with me, but he was asleep, and I was like, wake up, brother, wake up, and he wouldn't break up, and I was like, oh my gosh, this ending is insane. I had to tell my brother, like, I had to give him the details the next day, but he should have been there, and I was upset that he wasn't there to watch it because he was asleep. I beat the boss at like 4 in the morning, that's why. That was during the summer. When I was a kid, and all I used to do was play video games all summer long. Oh my gosh. What to experience Dying Light and Celeste again? And experience Back to the Future again. FM? What's that? What's that game? You sound like you're a pure evil as a little... That's not pure evil! He said he was going to go to sleep, and I didn't want him to go to sleep, but he decided to go to sleep anyways. Oh. Is this stream named Soft Spoken ASMR? Did I mess up, y'all? I did! My YouTube is messed up. I'm so sorry, y'all. Ain't nobody told me. Thank you for letting me know. I had no idea my YouTube title was wrong. I did soft-spoken ASMR yesterday. Today is Yip Yap Mornings. I'm so sorry. I hope people haven't been clicking on the stream expecting me to be like, hey guys. And I'm just not. I'm sorry. Hey Eclipse. And also, hey, Bittersweet! And hey, Cat Lover! I'm a dog, but hey, Cat Lover! But yeah. I was really excited. I was really excited to beat the game when I played Final Fantasy 13-2, and it was such a sad ending that I wish I could experience that shock again. It's probably the most shocking ending to a JRPG I've seen in like a long time. Like, I'm thinking of like a lot of the games I played at the end. I don't think they're anywhere near as insane of a cliffhanger that 13-2 ended off of. I would tell y'all, but I can't tell y'all how a game ends. That's evil. Time I gets all antsy, I'm surprised I got this far, but I might need to take a break. Okay, go ahead. Go do some jumping jacks. Get your energy out. Welcome to Puppy Academy, Cat Lover. All right, y'all. Next question. Number 25. If you could erase one thing or event from your memory, what would you choose? Oh, God. If I could erase a memory or event from my brain, I don't know. You know, when I was younger, embarrassing moments used to live rent-free in my head, so I could have told you that answer like a while ago, but now, maybe, so, okay, I have one. Y'all gonna think this is really funny. So I have driving anxiety, right? Driving makes me really nervous, so I don't do it often. I drive to work, and I drive to the store when I need to. That's it. One day I was feeling bold. I said, you know what? The idea of going through a drive-thru scares me because I don't want to accidentally get too far away from the people and can't reach the food, or accidentally get too close and accidentally scrape like the wall or something. You know, those like closed spots like that scare me. So I never did them. But one day I said, you know what? I'm feeling bold. I'm going through a drive-thru. So I went through my drive-thru, I ordered the food, I pull up to the window, and I'm super nervous at this point. I'm like, oh my God, I've never done this before, I've made it this far. I'm super nervous. Tell me why. They hand me, so I get a milkshake, they hand me the drink and the straw. I almost dropped the drink and spilled it. Almost. I didn't do it, but I caught it. Like, I dropped it out of my hand, and I caught the drink. And then when I reach for the straw, I pick it up, and I poke myself in the eye with it. I poked myself in the eye with the straw, and the worker just looked at me like, okay. And I was like, thank you, goodbye. And I drove away, and it was such a terrible moment. I wish I could erase that one out of my brain. How I decided to go through a drive-thru for the first time and poked myself in the eye with the straw and almost dropped everything. I also dropped my my change too. I think I was paying with like cash that day. I accidentally dropped my change. It was bad. It was not a good time. That was the one and only time I've been through a drive-through. I was feeling bold. I said, you know what, I've accomplished a lot. It's time to face my fears. And it was not a good facing the fear moment. So scared to drop my car between the car and the window in the parking lot. Yeah, and then you have to, yeah, it's so it's so bad. It's so bad. Oh my god. Number 26. Is there something about you that people assume because of your appearance or demeanor? What is a trait or preference that you have that people don't expect you to have? Oh. Bye, hedgehog! I don't know. I used to... Oh, I know! One thing that used to make me really mad growing up. Is there something that people assume about you because of your appearance or demeanor? When I was growing up, it used to make me really mad because people used to... This lasted all the way into college. I mean, this lasted for a long time. People just assumed that because I'm like on the smaller side, and that I'm very soft-spoken, people assume that I couldn't handle much. So they assume that like, oh, if this information is like too negative, don't tell Cyan, she can't handle it. Or, oh, this topic is somewhat inappropriate, it's on the more inappropriate side, don't tell Cyan, she can't handle that information. And I literally had to remind like other adults when I was in college that I myself am an adult, and that used to make me really mad. I remember we had the day of the like, for example, I was in a car accident in college. I was in a car accident. My friend was driving. We were at a stoplight and someone rear-ended us at a stoplight. We were going 0 miles an hour at a red light, and the person behind us, they were not paying attention. They were on their phone. They were talking to each other and playing around. They crashed right into us. I remember that day, this issue was on full display because everyone else got out of the car to check on the people and the other cars, right? Because our car hit the person in front of us, which hit the person in front of them. These people's insurances are probably like dead at this moment because ended up being a 4-car pileup because we were all sitting still and this person hits us at like full speed, right? So everyone got out of the car to go check on the damage. They went to go check on the people in front of us. They went to go check on the people behind us. Every time I tried to leave the car to check out the situation and assess the damage like everyone else was doing, they were like, no, Cyan, no, stay in the car. Every time I would open the door and they'd come slam the door shut. Cyan, stay in the car. And it was making me so mad. They're like, you don't need to see this. Stay in the car. You don't need to see, it's cold outside. I don't want you sitting outside in the cold. Stay in the car. Don't worry about it. You're wearing a dress and it's cold outside. Stay in the car. And that was making me so mad. Like, they literally did not trust me as an adult to use my eyes as an adult like that. Stuff like that bothers me. But it happened to me a lot growing up. Like, to the point where even when I was an adult, I was still being treated like a child. Like, oh no, she can't. We can't. No, don't let Cyan see that. She'll be upset. Oh, don't let Cyan see that. She'll cover her ears, guys. Cover Cyan's ears. She's too innocent. That used to make me so mad. I scare people because I have a glare, but I'm nice, I promise. You're having D&D? Have fun, Jelly Bean. Not like me. People keep thinking because I'm so positive I can't be serious or scary. I'm scared adults IRL. Yeah, it's terrible. People think because you're smiley or like overly excited, like it's a problem. Are you a bot? No, I can assure you I'm a real person. Do I sound like a robot? Do I sound like a robot? This is what a robot sounds like. I am not a bot. Beep beep boop boop. Beep beep boop boop. Hey Kobe, how are you? Beep beep boop boop. Beep beep boop boop. Hey Leon. Beep beep boop boop. Hey Novi. I'm gonna say hi to any of you guys. I sound like a robot? Jeez, I must be a cute robot then. Anyways, y'all, next question. If you were a character in a movie, book, or television show, what genre would you live in? Fantasy! I'd be in a fantasy book. Fantasy books, so much cool stuff happens in fantasy books. They have so much cool stuff happens in fantasy books that is insane. That is insane. Like there's cool dragons and their big old castles and stuff. Oh, that's so amazing. You think I sound like a robot because I speak fast? Don't robots speak slow? Isn't that like the opposite of a robot? Don't bots speak really slow? You know, some people just talk fast. I don't know. I think that's the first time anyone's ever said a robot speaks fast. Robots are known for like speaking really, really slow and having to do long pauses before they say any sentence because they have to sit there and like calibrate and think. I'm from America! I'm in America. I want to live in Bunny Girl Senpai universe. God, it is so cute. I have a baby face and I'm 32. It's like, I have a baby face too. I genuinely do. A lot of people are surprised when I tell them I'm in my 20s. People think I am like 18 or 19. Sometimes younger. I did go to a gas station once to buy my dad an energy drink. And that's when I learned now that there is an age requirement for energy drinks. It's just that no one ever enforces that. You have to at least be over the age of 16. And the lady who worked there thought I was 12. But I am, in fact, in my 20s. She was like, I can't sell this to you. Why do you need this? You don't need an energy drink. You're too young. I was like, what you mean I'm too young? I literally had to show her my ID to buy some stupid energy drinks. Can I get a yeah? Can you dance? No, I'm sorry, I'm not a dancer. I'm just a yabber. Yeah, I got handed a coloring page at IHOP. But to be fair, that time I actually was a teenager. That was when I was a teenager, but they thought I was a kid. They handed me a coloring page and a sippy cup when I was like 16 at IHOP because they thought I was like 9. I've always had a baby face. People tell me that, oh, you're gonna like it, you know, eventually once you're like 30 or 40, you're gonna want people to think you're younger. I'm like, I don't know. I kind of wish I was I look my age. What's your favorite sport? I don't really do sports, but I guess if I have to pick a favorite, I like baseball. I think baseball is a fun sport. I haven't really played baseball in years since I was a kid, but I think baseball is a really fun sport. If I had to watch, like if I had to sit down and watch a sport, I would probably watch baseball. Got natural cheekbones at least? Yeah, my cousin gets that a lot. We were in our 30s and they thought she was my daughter. Yeah, people also like look at me and Kotaru. I feel like some people look at us funny because like he looks a lot older than I do. Everyone always thinks Kotaru is older than me. Fun fact, he's not. He's 2 years younger than me. Kotaru is younger than me. Okay, and that is very important information, and people just don't know that. I don't know if it's because he's a man with a deep voice or something. I don't know, but people always think that he is older than me. He is not older than me. Kotaru is younger than me. Our age was actually very relevant in our relationship because, you know, there's a time where I had graduated college and I was working my job and living my life, and he was still in college. That was an interesting age gap. It only lasted for a short time. Like I said, I'm only 2 years like older than him, but at the same time, him being in college and me like having a full-time job and that was not a fun time. Because trying to find time to like hang out and stuff and do all this other stuff, and like how he viewed things were kind of different because he was still in college and it was a whole thing. But now we're on the same page. Now we're both out of college and we're both working, so we age slower, people. My age all burnt out. And look, 45. You know what they say, y'all? Black don't crack. I'm gonna be looking young for the rest of my life. I'm gonna be like 50 years old, looking 30. All right, number 28, y'all. What is the hardest way you've learned an important lesson? I want to say pretty early on, I learned that I cannot save and help everyone
pretty early on. Which is why now, I don't know, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I don't interact in the Vincent Rants channel that often. And there's a reason for that. When I was younger, I was in high school, I had this, you know, I've always been someone who wants to like help people, who wants to quote unquote save them, right? Back then, I didn't really know what my limits were. I was like, you know what? If I'm kind to everyone, I can help them solve all their problems. If I'm nice enough to this person, I can pull them out of their depression. If I'm nice enough to this person, their anxiety maybe will just be gone because I just so nice to them. I nice their mental illness away. And I used to genuinely believe that as long as I was nice and a good friend to somebody, I could help them out. And I could solve all their problems, which led to me doing really stupid stuff under the impression that I could quote unquote save them. So for example, I had one friend who was not mentally stable and she was at her worst at nighttime. So, like between the hours of like midnight and like 2 a.m. she was at her absolute worst. And it used to stress me out. Cyan, I can fix them. Yeah, that's how I was. So you know what I used to do? I used to stay up until 2 in the morning every single night just so I could make sure that my friend was okay and asleep before I was asleep. And it got to the point where I started doing stuff like that so much for my other friends that I stopped caring for myself because I was spending so much time monitoring these people, making sure they're okay. Are you okay? Are you okay? Okay, I'll do this. I'll call this for you. I'll do this for you. I do that. I stopped taking care of myself, and that's when I started getting really sad, and they started like feeding their negative energy off to me. You know what I mean? Like it got bad. It got really bad to the point where that's actually what kicked off. Like when I say I was like depressed and stuff in high school, that's what started it. That's genuinely where it started at, was being in like this group full of super negative people with this mindset that I can fix them. I genuinely believe that if I stayed up super late talking to them, being kind to them, doing what I did best at the time, that I could solve their problems. And when I couldn't stop them from being sad or doing what they were doing, it was making me really sad. That is, I want to say, is the lesson I've learned the hardest way, was that you cannot save everybody. You can try, you can be nice to people, you can try to improve their mood, but you cannot act as a therapist. You are not a therapist. You're not a psychiatrist. You cannot be that. And that's something I learned really early on. And I'm sure some of you guys have noticed that I don't really engage in negative conversations in my Discord. You know, Vincent Rent's channel exists, and sometimes people sad posts in there. I don't usually engage unless it's a really like small like negative thing, because I gotta preserve my own mental health. And I'm not a therapist, so I can't really solve people's like things. I could like pat you in the back and say, man, I'm so sorry, but that's it. And you actually helped me with my greatest lesson. I thank you for. Oh, I did? What'd I do? What did I do? I'm glad I could help you though, so that's nice. Lately I've been teaching self-care to my ADHD little brother so much. Just sips of water here and there, bites of food. Yeah. Get to know you question. No, I'd rather not. I'd rather listen to the end of the story to make a tiny answer. That's valid. Some people can't be helped. Yes, I learned that was my biggest lesson early on. And I'm really glad that I learned that before I started streaming, because I genuinely believe that if I went with that mindset that I used to have into streaming, I would probably depress myself out. Because part of me being a streamer, I want to be positive. I want to help people. I want to bring joy to others. That's part of why I do what I do, and why I keep my community, why I try to keep everything positive and like upbeat and stuff. And I genuinely believe that if I went with my old mindset and started VTubing now, I'd be sad. I'd see all the people in my like community that are like super sad. I'd be like, I can't fix them. Why can't I solve all their problems? Can we fix you? I don't need to be fixed. I'm pretty I like to say I'm pretty emotionally stable and I'm pretty happy right now. Maybe some years from now when I'm like sad or something, you can fix me then. She helped me learn that mayonnaise is an instrument. Yeah. I can never be a therapist because I start appointments as a therapist and the appointment as a patient not valid. I don't want to bring it up here because it involves the big dummy. Oh, yeah, I got you. My little brother keeps going, but what if this person gets hurt? And I keep having to explain that humans hurt themselves regardless of our action. Yeah, literally. Yeah, literally. That's how it goes. Me, little old past Cyan, staying up till 2 in the morning to make sure my friend is okay, never stopped them from being sad and doing what they were going to do anyways. All it did was make me sad while trying to help out them. So that is my most important lesson. Where's the real you? You're looking at her, friend. I'm a VTuber. You know what VTubers are? Do you know? You ever been watching VTuber? You seem new to the VTuber stuff. Why head pads do not work? Because I never have anything set up. Lamar! Hello! How is your name all caps? You made your name all caps. Date night outfit. I want me to switch. Oh, Kotaru's home. Alright, y'all. Number 29. This has a curse word in it. We're gonna modify this a little bit. What cliche do you think is trash? What cliche do you think is trash? And what cliche do you think holds truth? I can't think of I don't know. I can't really think of cliches right now. Cliche? I don't know. I might have to look up some cliches. I gotta take up my glasses off. What are some... Hold on. What are some popular cliches? I'm gonna have to look it up to answer this question. Internet's best list of cliches. No, example of cliches in everyday language. No, I don't want to see these. You can't judge a book by the cover. I don't want to see these. I was like, welcome to Puppy Academy. Enemies to lovers trope is quite fantastic. You like that one? You like that? I think. Oh, I know. The cliche I dislike the most come from like JRPGs. And there is a big bad out there who's just evil. He just wants to destroy stuff just because he wants to destroy stuff. No other reason. And you have to stop him. I think that cliche bothers me. When the villain has like no reason other than he's big bad evil. I want people to suffer because. End of sentence. End of sentence, yeah. That's the cliche I don't like. I do like the ones where like the best friends do eventually like get together though. I do like that. I do like those cliches you see where they're like in the beginning they're just like little like best friends and by the end they're like, oh, we actually like each other now. I'm a sucker for that, kind of because that's my life. Me and Kotaru were best friends first before we started dating, so I kind of like that one, you know. I kind of like that one. But yeah, the big bad evil, I don't like that. Oh, also I don't like the other JRPG like trope of like, oh, we have to fight God, and then we're going to become God ourselves. Either we become God to fight God, or we fight God and have to take his place. That I don't like those. You're a cliche. What are we doing today? I'm reading through a list of 309 questions. Obviously, I'm not going through all of them. We're on question 29 right now of like get to know me. They're just thought-provoking questions, and I thought it'd be fun to read them, which it has been fun to read. So I'm glad I decided to do this instead of just spitballing content for like the last spitballing and talking about nothing for like the next like 2-3 hours. That's what I usually do. So. We have 45. Yeah, we did. You're new to this. Hey, well, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard my pirate ship. Just kidding. There's no pirate ship. I'm not a pirate. I'm just a dog. And those are very different. Number 30. Welcome to Puppy Academy, Toasty. Number 30. What do you fear despite having no reason to do so? What is an irrational fear? Irrational fear. I have anxiety. But I wouldn't say that is like, I was gonna say driving, but I wouldn't say that's irrational. Like, you can rationalize being afraid of driving. Like, you're driving a big death machine. Like, you crash and like you die, or you crash and other people. Anyways, I want to say I'm afraid of the dark. The dark. I'm a grown adult and I still get nervous and like a little scared when all the lights in the house are off. I get my little phone out, my little phone flashlight, and I'm like creeping around corners and turning on light really quickly to make sure there's no murderers just sitting in the dark in the house. I still am afraid of the dark, so that's an irrational fear. There's literally no reason to be afraid of that, especially in my own house. Like, I get it, like in public, like if I'm outside, but like in my own home, why am I afraid? I don't know. I'll be watching, I'll be playing some Dune while watching you. Okay, have fun. Being alone, my parents are all I have left. Once they die, it's just me. Oh, that's a good one too. I've thought about that a lot. Like, I like my dad a lot. Like, if he were to leave, I don't know what I'd do. I get scared by still silence. Scared of the dark? Yeah, I'm a grown adult still scared of the dark. Welcome back, Paige. Welcome back. Darkness can be beautiful in itself. I guess it can, but can also hide stuff. Like, what if there's like a spider hiding in the dark? You know, hey Day. The dark is scary. I have flashlights all around the house in case the power goes out. Really, I just make sure I keep my phone on me at all times so that if the power goes out, I can just take my phone flashlight out and I'd be good to go. Number 31. Imagine that you could choose when and how you die. At what age would you like to die? No maximum here. And how would you like to go? Well, hopefully I die of old age. Well, I don't know, actually. Because you got people who like live super old, like over 100, but I feel like at that point I'd probably be sad because like your friends and stuff are gone by that time. Maybe like 80. maybe like around 80 or something. And I would like, if I had to die, if I had to choose how I died, I'd want to be hooked up to a machine that can give me stuff that would make me happy. Is the best way I'd word it. On my way out. 20,000 years? If you could pick when you had died, you'd want to be immortal? Do you believe in afterlife? I think so. I'd like to say there's a heaven. I would love to go to heaven, yes. I want to go at the age of 80 by dying in a plane. What? Why? 65 to 70-ish in a house fire because I was baking wrong. Oh, go out doing what you love, right? Cooking. All right, yo, next one. Number 32. What character archetype is closest to your personality? Kotaru, answer that. What character archetype is closer to my personality? Like, if you had to pick like an anime trope, like character trope, like a tsundere or like a...
Hold on, I gotta look up my diaries.
He's looking up his dairies, guys. He'll get back to you. What character archetype is closest to your personality? Let me look him up too. Anime dairy types. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna look up. We're gonna figure out which dairy type I am.
Not that one.
There's so many.
Not that one.
Not that one. Not that one. I'm none of the above. Main character's best friend.
You're the dairy.
I'm the dere. Extremely lovey-dovey, always chasing and fawning over the person. I'm not a dairy. I am not a dairy. If anything, I'm a someone who is calm and collected. No, sorry, no, I'm not yandere. I used to be tsundere. I used to be. Keep looking. Characters who are clumsy, ooh, and stupid. Nah, not me. I'm not clumsy and stupid. I'm the Dorodere. They appear sweet and lovable, but are twisted and disturbed on the inside.
That is not what this definition says that I'm looking at.
What does yours say?
Maybe you are. I don't know.
What you say?
It's literally just a bunch of adjectives and none of them are negative.
Oh, is it Darudary? No, that one sits around and shows no emotion. Dorodaries appear sweet and lovable, but they're twisted and disturbed. Yeah, we'll go with that one. I'm actually super evil.
I got down to point A. Here comes the negative adjective.
They all have a positive and a negative. Alright guys, we'll stick with Dorodary. Who am I talking to? My husband. He's in the back. Alright. Anyways, y'all. I'm going to put in the be right back screen for 3 minutes, alright? I'll see y'all in 3 minutes, okay? We got an ad break coming up. We'll finish this when we get back.
hello. I came back. Does chat like energy drinks? I don't. Well, you know, it's funny. I like energy drinks too much. I like, there's these, this is Alani brand energy drinks, and they taste really, really, really good. But I can't have energy. The problem is I can't have energy drinks because I have anxiety. Anytime I drink any form of energy drinks, I get really anxious and I will literally start trembling. But they taste so good that there's been times where I've accidentally just like drank a bunch of energy drink. Drank a bunch of the energy drink. And then ended up like anxious and like like shaking because it tasted so good. It was like it's so good. Alani's actually from Red Bull, then I guess I need to try me a Red Bull next, bro. Them things are good. They taste amazing. I love them. Oh my god, they're so good. They're so good. But I can't take caffeine. Yes, the problem there is the caffeine. Yes, I can't have caffeine. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink energy drinks. I have energy water packets I keep in my book bag as an emergency. Like on days like I absolutely just cannot stay awake, then I will do it. Like if I need to be awake for something, but I'm in a dangerous level of falling asleep. That is the only time I'll ever do anything caffeine related. Anyways, y'all. Number 33, let's finish. Well, with that finish, let's just keep going. We're not getting through 300 questions. That's crazy. Number 33, guys. What was the happiest moment of your life so far? I got proposed to this year. That was a pretty good one. Not gonna lie, that was a pretty good one. Welcome to Puppy Academy. I'm trying to think of another happy moment, but I think that's the most recent. I got proposed to. That was pretty good. I don't know if anything can top that one. Other than like maybe when I was a kid. Maybe like one of the Christmases when I was a kid. Those are pretty good. Those are pretty good. Alright, y'all. Number 34. What is one childhood memory that you remember especially well? Oh, I don't know. Especially well? Oh, I can tell y'all. I remember the first thing, I'm a teacher. The first thing I think about is like classroom things. When I was in kindergarten for the Christmas, not Christmas, but like for like before the winter break, we do like the winter parties and stuff, you know. When I was in kindergarten, my kindergarten teacher let us make gingerbread cookies. Okay, she let us make gingerbread cookies. We got to decorate them. We got to make them look all pretty. And then she said, okay, I'm gonna go bake them now. And so she said they're gonna bake and we'll be able to see them the next day. The next day comes and we're all like, hey, where's our gingerbread cookies at? We baked them yesterday. Where are they? And she goes, oh, let me go check on them. So we all go to the cafeteria in the morning. Sorry. We all go to the cafeteria in the morning and we go check on our gingerbread cookies because she said it was in there. She comes back out with an empty pan full of nothing. And she goes, uh-oh, the gingerbread men must have ran away. And I was so mad. I've told this story before, but yes, they ran away. It is one of the most vivid early memories I have, and it makes me so mad to this day. They ran away. So we go back to the classroom, and the teacher goes, look at what I found, look. And she gives everybody a little postcard with a little image of a gingerbread cookie on it. And she goes, oh, so the cookie must be in XYZ location. And every month she would send us a postcard from the cookie from a different location. Like they'd be in Hawaii, they'd be in New York, they'd be in California, they'd be in Florida. I was like, oh my god, I was so mad. I was so mad about it because I was one of the like smarter kids, right? You know, I didn't believe in like magic and all this other stuff. So I knew full well that the gingerbread cookies did not run away. You know, I talked to my brother about this recently, and he remembered that too because the teacher did the same thing with his class, and he said he vividly remembers that as well.
And I mentioned to him, I said, you know, what makes it worse is that when we were kids, we used to think that the teachers ate them all for themselves. Like we made the cookies and the teachers ate them, right? No, that's not what happened, because now that I'm an adult and I'm a teacher, I know that they did not eat them, right? They can't. If a kid touches something, you're not going to eat that. That's disgusting. They have all these kid germs. So I know for a fact now that they just straight up put them in the trash. And I think that knowledge is a lot worse now as an adult and a teacher than what I believe as a kid where they just ate them all. Because at least someone got to eat them. No, they didn't eat them. They had to have put them straight in the trash. Straight trash. That is one of the most vivid memories I got. Vivid memories I got. And to this day it bothers me. Maybe I'll bring it up next time I see her, because she makes her rounds. She's still working in the school system, so I got to see her last year. Next time I run into her, I might bring it up to her. Welcome to Puppy Academy. Yeah, put her in the trash. I should've. Alright, y'all. Number 35. Is there a song or a movie or food that strongly reminds you of someone whenever you experience it? Yes. Whenever I drink like either a Coke or Pepsi, it reminds me of my grandma. Because every time I was over my grandma's house as a child, she would always buy sodas for me. She would always buy Pepsi or Coke. Always. Most of the time it was Pepsi, but occasionally you come across a Coke. So I usually associate the taste of a Pepsi with like being at my grandma's house. She used to also buy ice cream, this one specific brand of like vanilla ice cream. So occasionally I'll go out and I'll buy that ice cream too. Because it's what she used to buy for us when we'd go to her house. So yeah, I associate Pepsi with my grandma. With my grandma, she would always buy sweets for us, and I used to be so excited to go to my grandma's house because we had like free range over the sugar. Like she would not monitor us. She would be like, there's ice cream in the fridge and there's soda here, and she would buy other cakes and stuff, and if you're like, you can get some snacks whenever you want. So we'd come downstairs, we'd be eating cookies for days, cakes for days. We'd get a plastic cup, we'd fill it with ice cream, we'd pour the Pepsi on it, we'd be making floats in there. Oh my gosh. So those specific things remind me of her. But I like the SpongeBob movie. Okay. Number 36. Okay, I will hydrate because I am starting to cough. Welcome to Puppy Academy. Number 36. What is your ideal birthday? Not the date, but rather your ideal way to spend the day. Good morning, Hideki. Also, bye, Uma. I don't know. You know, I've never really celebrate birthdays. What we always did for birthdays growing up was I got to pick a dinner and a cake of my choice. You get $30, which used to be a lot when we were kids. I mean, $30, I used to be able to buy a game with that. Can't do nothing with that anymore. But we'd get $30 and we would get a choice of dinner, which I would almost always either pick pizza or fish sticks. Without fail, either pizza or fish sticks. And we would pick, and I would also get a cookie cake. I like cookie cakes. I got that every year. I started off getting like traditional cakes, and then I discovered that cookie cakes exist. I guess ideally, I wouldn't really want a birthday party because I'm not a party person. I don't have any friends. Like, who's gonna come? But maybe me and Kotaru threw our own party for my birthday. That'd be fun. Where it's just me and Kotaru, and we turn on some music and we do some dancing to some music, and then we play some games, and then we paint something, and then we watch a movie. That'd be a fun birthday. That'd be a really fun birthday. I'll do a birthday stream too. I don't know what I do for a birthday stream. Say hello. That's it. I'll be my whole stream. I'll say hi and then I'll end the stream. That'll be my birthday stream. $30 is still $30. Give me that. I'm filling up my what? You're getting gas? That's what you do with your birthday money? You get gas? That's silly. Yeah, I guess $30 now. Like, when I was a kid, I used to get a game with $30, but now if I were to give my kid $30, they would be able to buy like a half of a game. They'd be able to buy like an indie game on Steam if they had a computer, like a big fancy computer to run it. Although I doubt I ain't got the kind of money to be having my kid have big fancy PC instead of just like a normal like Xbox or something. But then again, the consoles prices are going up too. Can you imagine? I think about like the idea of buying your kid a console these days, because can you imagine buying your kid a Switch 2? Not only does the console cost a lot of money, but now you have to buy $80 games. I couldn't even give my kids $60 and they get a game with it. Like what? $80 game. $80. Yeah, the price for the new Xbox is going up because of the RAM problems. Because of the RAM issue. On my birthday, I bought MV25 and Life is Strange 2. Oh, I have Life is Strange. I bought like, they were selling like the whole pack on Steam, like a bunch of them. So I bought that a while ago. I haven't really finished the first game. I'm only on like chapter 3 of the first one. I didn't get very far. Number 37. Are there any smells that bring back memories for you? So that's a fun one because there is this like very like perfumey like vanilla smell that always reminded me of my kindergarten teacher. She had this very specific like smell to her every day, and whenever I'd get even the faintest like smell of that, I would remember kindergarten because she had such a strong smell. Fast forward to high school, my friend gives me this one lotion, this one very specific lotion because I was helping her like do like essays and stuff and get into college, because that's a whole different story. But she gave me like a bunch of like lotions and stuff as like a thank you, and I remember opening up one of the lotions and smelling it, and I was like, no way, this is it. This is my kindergarten teacher's scent. I literally have a lotion that smells like my old teacher years ago. And I remember thinking it was such a surreal experience to like just to be sniffing something and like, oh my god, this is my teacher. It's so weird, but it's like one of the few strong smells. Like if there's only a handful of people that I know that have strong smell, like distinct smells that I associate with them. My friends in college, for example, there was one friend who wore this one specific cologne every single day. So I associated that smell with him, which was really trippy because it's a cologne, right? Anybody can buy that. So there were days where we would be walking around, I'd just be walking around minding my own business, and I would smell that smell, and I'd be looking around like, oh my god, is my friend here? No, my friend wasn't there. It's just he had a very generic brand of cologne. So more than one person was wearing it. So every time I smelled that smell, it reminded me of him. Until he changed like his cologne smell, and then it threw me off completely because I associated with him with this one very like specific smell. I miss my elementary school library smell. It's very comparable to the inside of Lowe's or Home Depot. Oh, interesting. Do you start to like reminisce every single time you go into one of those stores? Because I would. I start reminiscing every time I smell my own lotion now, since I have my kindergarten teacher's scent, dude. Yeah. That's valid. I miss book fairs. I don't. Book fairs used to make me sad growing up. I used to hate them. Because my parents would never give me money for them. They never would. And we'd get all these cool flyers, like all these like cool books and stuff. I'd be like, well, I want one. And my parents would be like, no. I think there was one year they gave me like $5, which $5 is only enough money to buy like either a really, really tiny picture book or like the little trinkets they got in there, like a little like paper, like a diary or like a poster or something. I was so mad. But yeah, Yeah, the Scholastic book fairs. Yeah, they were very. I liked them. I just never had any money for them, so I used to be super jealous, and I'd get upset every single time it was that time of year and they would come up. I'd be like, "Oh Lord, here we go again," you know. Here we go again. They still do those. My school has the book fair. It happens twice a year. Once a year, actually, us teachers can pick out one book for free. We can pick out anything that we want. So after the book fair is over, we go out and we go in there, we pick one thing, and then we check it out and we get it. We get a free book. So every year I get one book to add to my collection. Add to my collection of books to read for my kiddos. So I'll definitely give you the book I bought from the book fair. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I used to make me so upset. I used to like only have enough money in the book fair to buy a little, you know, those little pins that like have different colors on it. Like you click down on the red side and it makes the pin red, and then you click on the blue side. I only had enough money for stupid little things like that. I never had enough money for an actual book, which used to make me so sad. If the book fair overlapped with parent teacher day, I'd get one book for my mom. Oh, that's so fun. That's so fun. I'm jealous. I got a Miku manga as a treat. Hey. All right, y'all. Number 38. I don't think I can answer this one. What is the closest you've ever come to dying? I don't know. If I came close to die, I wouldn't know. I don't think I have an answer for this one. I genuinely don't think I've come close to that at all. I was in a car accident once, but I wasn't close to dying. Hey, I'm just answering questions off the list. If it's on the list, I'm reading it. I ran to the street as a kid while there was traffic. Okay, well, most kids do that. Let's be real. Most kids do that. Like, you ever just you ever just be walking like in the parking lot and you see like a little toddler just make a run for it, like, and the mom is like, no way. I see that happen all the time. Like kids just see cars moving and they're like, I like that. I was almost in a car accident or some other stupid things. Just that. Valid. 39. Do you have a personal mantra? No. No, I don't have a personal mantra. A personal mantra is like a motto, right? Like a thing that you like follow every day. Not really. I used to have a personal mantra and I would tell myself it all the time. I don't. You can do anything. You can be anything. Oh, that's a good one. Why are we talking? Because I'm just reading a list of questions right now, and that was one of the questions. The question was, what is the closest you've ever come to dying? That's why we're talking about that right now. It's one of the questions. How is your day going? My day is going pretty good. How is your day going? So yeah, I don't really have a mantra. I used to have like a personal mantra, but I don't really anymore. I just be living life. Number 40. What is the most memorable meal you've ever had? What makes it so memorable? Memorable meal? Like a specific one? I can say that I do remember the first time Kotaru cooked breakfast for me because you know, prior to Kotaru cooking food for me, the only other person who had cooked food for me was my parents, right? Welcome to Puppy Academy. And I learned really quickly that my mom is not a good cook after I started eating Kotaru's like cooked foods. Like I specifically remember him cooking me, like he asked me if I wanted French toast and I was like, no, I don't like French toast like that. And he was like, but you haven't tried my French toast. The reason I didn't like French toast is because my mom would always make it for me. And it tasted bad. Like, it just tasted bad. Yeah, he made the French toast, and it was like the best thing ever. I was like, oh my gosh, how did you make this? How did you make this? And that happened a lot with his cooking. Where like, I'm like, no, I don't like that. Because my parents would cook me a bunch of stuff I didn't like. And then he would cook the same thing. And I would be like, wait, actually? This is kind of good. That happened. You got a man that cooks for you. I felt bad about the book fair, but now I'm jealous. What a turn of events. Yeah, Kotaro cooks. I don't cook. I don't know how to cook. I cook something and I'm bad at it, or I have anxiety and I get nervous when I cook things. I'm always afraid things are going to explode in my face, or I'm going to burn myself. I just don't. So he cooks and I usually clean like his space afterwards. He makes a little whirlwind in the kitchen and I go behind him and I clean it up when he does his little chef things. Yeah. I can only make mac and cheese. I can make eggs and toast. Yeah. I don't season my eggs at all, so I don't think he wants my eggs, to be honest. I like plain eggs. Not gonna lie, I prefer eggs that have no seasoning to it. I genuinely prefer eggs that only have salt on it, like completely. I don't know. Every time I've eaten like eggs from different places that have different seasonings on them, I've never really tend to like it that much. I genuinely just like eggs with salt on it. That is one of the few things out there that I prefer unseasoned. That's one of them. I was about to crash out, but at least you said salt. Yeah, with salt. That's it. That's the only thing I'll put on eggs. It's one of the few items that I prefer nothing on it. I prefer nothing on it. Boom, boom, boom. Number 41. What's the worst advice you've ever been given? Oh my gosh, okay. The worst advice I've been given. When I was a teacher assistant, when I was a TA at my previous schools, I worked with the TAs that was in my circle. Like all the TAs, there's like 6 of us. They were such gossipers and they gave some of the worst advice ever. I remember telling them about like Kotaro, and I was like, yeah, we've only been dating for XYZ, because back then it would have been pretty recent that we had started. We probably would have been dating for like a few months at that point. And I was like, yeah, I'm dating Kotaro and he's so nice and blah blah blah. And they were like, okay, have you ever dated anybody else? And I was like, no, I haven't dated anybody else before. He is the first person I've ever really like truly dated. I mean, I've gone on dates with people before, but he's the first I've ever like dated like for like longer than like a month. And their advice to me, they told me to dump him. And the reason they kept telling me to dump him was because they said they don't want me to be tied down, married, when I haven't gotten to experience all that there is to experience with like different guys. They were like, yeah, you think he's nice, but that's only because you haven't dated anybody else. You know, there's other guys that are nice too. What about the things that, you know, what about like the negative traits? You know, other guys, you might find somebody, you know, they're like trying to convince me. My TAs were trying to convince me so hard to date other people just so I could experience being in more than one relationship before I settled down. And I was like, why would I do that when like this is going perfectly fine? And they were like, you don't know it's going fine, you're just thinking that because he's your first. And I was like, what? And I remember also telling them that we were going to we were going to work on our personal like weight goals together, right? You know, because at the time I was trying to gain weight, because, you know, I had been trying to gain weight for years. I've always been underweight. And I was like, yeah, I'm working with Kotaro with my weight goal. He's helping me gain weight. And they were like, I can't believe that you have a man that wants to change you. I was like, no, he doesn't want to change me. I want to gain weight, and he said he was going to help me. And they were like, that's terrible. I can't believe he should love you the way you are. And I'm like, he does, but I'm the one who wants to gain weight. So he's gonna help me. And they're like, you should dump him. And I'm like, for helping me? It was so bizarre. Everything I had said, everything I would say to those, like, to that group of people would just lead to the complete opposite reaction that I was expecting. And I was like, how did we get here? I was like, hey, Christian. Hello, is I again another joke because I felt really silly. I feel really silly right now. What does Sprinkles eat before they race? Nothing. They fast. I don't get it. Why are the Sprinkles fast? Do they run fast? Why would the Sprinkles run fast? I don't understand the joke. Someone help me. How's your name light blue like that? You can change your name to be any color. My name is changed to be blue all the time. I think light blue is an option and people just never take it. Okay. But yeah, that was the words of advice I was getting. Oh, a sprinter! I get it, because there's... Okay, I get it. Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you for that. Okay, anyways. That was the worst advice I've ever been given. Yeah, it was pretty bad. In what ways do you benefit the world? That's a fun one. What ways do you benefit the world? I'm a teacher. Alright, I'm a teacher. I help the future. I help the little ones. I hope the little ones learn so that they can grow up to be good people and they can be smart. They can be good and smart people. You need Twitch Turbo to have custom name colors? Do you? You used to be able to just have custom name colors. Did they change it? You used to just be able to set your own universal name color. Oh, or is it like specific color? Like you want a very specific color, you could do that. I guess that would make more sense, yeah. Bum 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 bum. Good, because other ones, little ones will learn from TikTok. Yeah, we don't want them learning for TikTok. That's not good. Welcome to the Puppy Academy, friend. What fact about yourself took the longest to understand or accept? That I'm anxious. It took so long for me to accept that I'm an anxious being. For the longest time, I kept trying to fight it. I was like, no, Cyan, you're not anxious. And then, but like, if you don't like come to terms with your issues, you ain't never gonna solve them. So I just kept trying to, because my mom always kept telling me, she kept saying, don't own that. You're okay, you're not anxious. Don't own that. Never own anything negative. But like you have to own it in order to like solve the problem. So like once I like came to terms with the fact that I'm an anxious person, I just need to figure out how to like live my life with it. Things got a lot better, you know? Things got a lot better. I became a lot more aware of my emotions and how to calm myself when I am feeling those things and letting myself know that it is okay to feel said things. But that took a long time to get here. It took a long time to get here. Also, hi Kyle. I have no idea what you're talking about. Where banana? I don't have none. I'm sorry. But even if you lose Turbo, you still keep the name color. I thought I was gay for liking girls. You're straight, huh? I'm pansexual. It took me a long time to accept. Well, that's valid. Finally, a non-18 up channel. Yeah, I'm 13 up all the way. I got the family-friendly content. I work for the Department of Transportation. I fix equipment. I fix this road. Ooh, that's fancy. I like that. Yeah, you definitely helping the world. You know what I'm proud? Okay. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day too. Yeah, and as Pinky did, ! Rame, we have a whole Vtuber group full of other streamers that aren't strictly 18 up. So if you want more cozy 13 up communities, we got a bunch there for ya. And please don't steal my tail. I need that. It's for me. It's for me. Okay. All right. I think we'll stop at question 45. All right, we've been going for a long time. We're at 44 right now. We'll stop at 45, and then we'll continue this another day. I like answering these questions. I think they're fun. I hope you guys seem to like them too. You guys have been very engaged in this. So, welcome to Puppy Academy, friend. You leaned on my tail? No. Oh. What is the least popular or most controversial opinion? Might have to skip that question. What is something I could mention on stream that is controversial? We're not popular. Wait. Oh. Maybe I could say something VTuber related, like about the VTuber community. Okay, I got one. It's VTuber related. What is your least popular or most controversial opinion? Hi, Livin. I don't find most 18 and up VTubers to be funny. And I don't understand why people enjoy said content. And what I mean by that is, there's a lot of VTubers out there where I will be scrolling on TikTok or like YouTube Shorts or Instagram, and usually the posts that do really well by like the bigger VTubers that are like inappropriate, like 18 up VTubers, tend to be them just saying something like inappropriate, like middle school humor, for example, like hee VTuber, cute VTuber said bad word, hee oh my god, I can't believe this cute little VTuber would say something like that, hee oh my gosh, he said what, like that. A lot of the big VTubers that like make like 18 up content, a lot of it is middle school humor, and I never understood that. Yeah, basically, Panda, like that's a lot of the clips I get in my feed, and I never think they're funny. I don't even smile at them, but people will be like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious, and I'm like, what? What's funny? Where's the funny? Is it funny because you said a vulgar term? Why is that funny? Most people who are watching VTubers, mind you, are like adults too. So the fact that like adults are watching adults just say like a random vulgar word and thinking that's like the best thing ever and like the most funny and trending thing, I can never get that. I can never get behind that. I can't. Now there are some stuff that's kind of funny. Love him or hate him, I like Kenji a lot. A lot of his stuff is very vulgar and crude, but I think he's funny because he does more with it than just say vulgar word and then he ha ha. You know what I mean? He does a bit more with it. But most VTubers like that, I don't like that. That will be my least popular controversial opinion for today. Welcome to Puppy Academy. All right, last question, number 45. If you could live in another time period, but stay in the same place you live now, when would you want to live? I said it at the beginning of the stream. I am African American. I can't live in another time period. And I definitely can't live in another time period at the same place I live now. So the answer would be, I would not. And if I had to pick an answer, I'd go back 1 year. Like genuinely speaking, I said it before, I can't go in a different time period. It would not be a fun time for me. I am in the best time period I can be in America as a black person. That's all. Your mom's adorable. Thank you. How are you, friend? How are you? Question 46. Will cat boys and girls be real? That'd be nice. I would love that so much. I like having a wagging tail. It's my favorite. It's my favorite part. If only I could bring that into the real world and not just on Twitch and YouTube. But a girl can dream. I didn't even consider human rights. Maybe it's good I don't think about those things. Yeah, I could not go back in time because I would not have rights anymore. It also makes it worse because not only am I black, but I'm also a woman. So, I mean, you go back a certain point and it's just bad both ways. I mean, I can't go back in time. I couldn't if I wanted to. My hot take is I like Gen 3. Caddy Noir. What is that? From Monsters High? Oh, I never watched Monster High. Never watched Monster High. All right, guys. We've answered 45 questions today. This was fun. I can't wait to answer all 308. I plan on doing this again. answering these silly little questions is a lot more fun and thought-provoking than me just staring at a camera and going, hey guys, so how you been? How are you? Shadow! Hi! Thank you for the raid. Thank you for a raid. This is fun. Yeah, I think it is fun. It has been fun. And I like this too because it gets you guys engaged too. Everybody's been given their little their 2 cents on the question, and I think it's more fun that way. My hot take is that One Punch Man, the new season, was mid. Oh, my hot take is that Fairy Tail is a terrible anime. I genuinely don't like Fairy Tail. I don't care how popular it is. I don't care how many seasons they add. Fairy Tail is not a good anime. I don't like Fairy Tail. Okay? I genuinely do not like Fairy Tail. And it drives me insane when people like talk about it. Like, I understand, oh, the power of friendship, whatever, is nice every now and then. It's just the fact that there's absolutely no stakes in that anime at all. None. No stakes. Like, but they also don't use their brain. They're not. Fairy Tail characters piss me off because not only is there no stakes because you know they're always going to win with the power of friendship, but also they're not even clever with how they win. I will always point to the first 10 episodes of Fairy Tail, okay? It's not a spoiler, it's the first 10 episodes. Lucy fights this guy who fights with his hair. His hair is super long, he flings it around, he smacks people with it, he beats people up with his hair. That is his entire gimmick. She has a spirit called Cancer, who's a crab. He is a crab. He fights with scissors. She never once summoned the scissor crab. She never once summoned the guy who does haircuts. His whole ordeal is that he does haircuts and he fights with scissors. He does her hair, for crying out loud. And she fights a guy who fights with her with his hair, and she doesn't summon the hair fighting celestial spirit. What is her problem? Instead, she beats the boss, the guy, by shooting out water with Aquarius. She shoots out so much water, his hair absorbs the water, and it falls off. Explain that to me. She has an entire spirit dedicated to cutting hair, but instead she beats him by giving him water. That was the first instance of that anime pissing me off as an adult. Loved it as a kid because I didn't think when I was a kid. I didn't have to think when I was a kid, you know. I was just like, oh, blindly watching it. Oh, it's a good show. I love that. I became an adult and tried to rewatch it. I couldn't do it. That was the first instance of the anime pissing me off. Now there's a lot more instances, such as the time a lot later in the series when they're like, oh my gosh, there's a bomb, it's going to explode. Oh no, we gotta stop it. They don't stop it. It just blows up. And what happens? Nothing. They get a few scratches on them. They get a few scratches on them. I'm like, you mean to tell me y'all been hyping this up for multiple episodes? Oh, we gotta defuse it. What's gonna happen if we don't? For it to go off anyways and there to be no repercussions? What? Like, they took the full blast and everything and they were like, it's fine. She's just in the hospital for a few days. What? Or that time that Gray got stabbed straight through his stomach. Straight through it. You know, and the anime forgot about that because he got stabbed straight through his stomach. They're like, oh my gosh, Gray! He falls on the floor. No, he's gonna die. And then 2 seconds later, he's up and he's fine. And he's smacking people. Bro, you just got stabbed. A big stab through the stomach. Bro, I can't. Y'all don't get me ranting on Fairy Tail. Don't get me ranting on Fairy Tail. That anime sucks. It's so bad. I can't. I genuinely. That continues throughout all the seasons. Every single one of them. No. My friend kept telling me, wait, but it gets better in episode 200 and something when Lucy can become one with the spirit or something, whatever happens with her little outfit stuff. I don't know, I didn't get that far. Oh, it gets better. No, I know it doesn't get better. You know why? Because I stopped watching at episode 180. I made it really far as a teenager, and I tried to rewatch it as an adult, and I just couldn't do it. I loved it as a kid, hated it as an adult. Genuinely speaking, I want to rewatch some of the old anime I've watched before to see if like there's other anime like that I like really loved as a kid but like really hate as an adult. But I'm afraid to mess up. I'm afraid to ruin like my favorite series by doing that. Like I ruined Fairy Tail for myself by watching it as an adult. What if I like ruin like Full Metal Alchemist too? I loved Full Metal Alchemist. What if I watch it as an adult and I'm like, man, this sucks, you know? I'm scared. I'm scared. You should watch Umamusume and play the game. Yeah, I know I need to. The game looks really fun. I've been meaning to play it. I'll do it eventually. Hello, Bandito. Neon Genesis Evangelion. I can't watch that one. The art style sucks. Edward. I don't like watching older anime. I can't stand the art style. I'm gonna be staring at it like, oh, my eyes. Oh. Hello. Meow, 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 meow. Anyways, y'all, it's time to end stream. We've been yapping for a long time. There's a lot of you guys here. I appreciate that. I hope a lot of you guys come back next stream too. All right, y'all. Who can we give a big raid to? Oh, look at that. Neon is live. What's she doing? She making art. She's making art. Guys, Neon is streaming. Neon, if you don't know, is Rame's official artist. That's my Vtuber group that I'm a part of. She made my teacher outfit. So if you guys like my teacher outfit design, she designed the outfit. She made it for my model. She made the whole outfit. She also made the Yip Yap Mornings logo. She made all of my logos. She does a lot of the art. She didn't make the background though. Someone else made the background, but she did make my teacher outfit. If you guys really like that stuff, so we're gonna raid Neon because she's a cool person. She's also really sweet. I love Neon. She's so nice. I love Neon so much. All right, guys. And for my YouTubes, I don't know how to do YouTube raids, so we're just not going to. Your face, y'all. Like I say at the end of all of my streams, sayonara. Hope you have a good day. I will stream or I won't stream. I don't have a schedule while I'm on vacation. I'm sure you guys have noticed. I don't know. So I'll see you when I see you. I'm glad you guys found me today despite it being spontaneous and you found me yesterday. I don't know how y'all do that. But anyways. Bye. Love you guys. Goodbye. Goodbye.